Nicholas DeOrio and his crew go on ham. The people who are at least partially responsible for me being doxxed, even though they lie about that. And who has personally, as I just showed before, followed me for years, inventing fake about me. I still, to this day, do not know what that psycho's problem is. Why, for so many years, has he lied about me so passionately to so many people? He makes Widdy look like a sane human being. It's just so wild. And he gets like a horde of people who help him in this. Why? How can he be that much of a loser?
I didn't know what to do. I wanted to cover DarkViperAU, but I didn't know if I could. I didn't know if I knew what I needed to do, but I didn't know if I had the legal know-how to do it, okay? Because DarkViperAU is like a trigger-happy DMCA. And I wanted to cover his stuff, but I didn't want to eat 2 strikes and get my channel deleted. Especially when I had 1 strike on my channel right now, which is going to hopefully, fingers crossed, be removed tomorrow. I saw this DarkViper tweet today. He put out an hour and 46-minute response video and a 10-minute condensed version to Dark Stunter and apologizes for the angry response. DarkViperAU had a crazy meltdown the other day. It's actually today's VOD. If you want to catch up on it, that's the place to do it. But the spark notes to that was somebody came out and accused him of taking away credit in a YouTube short that he had taken years ago, a long time ago. And DarkViper took that quality video, slowed it down, sped it up, made it into a YouTube short, and did a little bit of brief commentary over it. He claimed it was like a lot of work. It doesn't really seem like it was a lot of work, but you understand, he transformed it to a degree that most people, including myself, would say was transformative. And with transformative content, big thing, especially if the EHC people in the chat right now, credit doesn't matter. I mean, it's good to credit somebody, but it's not the be-all, end-all to fair use. You can make a video that credits nobody, and it can still be fair use. You're not required to credit every single person that you're pulling from. It's not like a fucking research paper works cited page. You don't need to do a research paper works cited page on every video you're going to post, right? Oh, sorry, here. Boom. Right? So DarkViper puts out this video, and also, I think I have the tweet here. I didn't pull it up. He puts out these threads. He puts out these responses. He's apologized, quote unquote, for them. He also even, where is this? He swung his audience into this guy's account. He constantly claims he's been like brigaded and harassed by commentary YouTubers. He actually, on his community tab, literally brigaded this guy's fucking Twitter account. Want to hear a story about an insane GTA 5 stunter? You should, because I'm up at 4 a.m. and will have difficulty going to sleep as the actions of this person are too rage-inducing. This guy had his followers spamming his bullshit on every post on Twitter. Having been kept up by this means I won't sleep long enough to stream tomorrow, and I probably won't even be able to stream for a few days. Go read the insane story, and then specifically thank Dark Stunter for fucking up my sleep with his bullshit psychosis. And then he ats the tweet that's quoting Dark Stunter. So he's like swinging people into Dark Stunter. It's crazy. I was like completely shocked that he did this. But the main thing that I want to establish here is that I don't think what DarkViperAU did violated, I think what he did was fair use. I don't think he violated copyright by taking this clip and transforming it the way he did. But DarkViperAU does, in my opinion. Because DarkViperAU can be quoted in saying, "Now we come to the issue of consent. While reactors dismiss the idea of paying workers for their labor or giving them a say over who can profit from it, they'll also attack the idea of informed consent as a concept, stating that they will steal as much of a person's labor as they desire to before the person finds out and tells them to stop. In other words, if you feel pressured to not cause a fuss about someone stealing your content, perhaps due to fearing the powerful reactors in their audience will threaten your livelihood with backlash, or if you're not knowledgeable enough to say no, you don't even know another person is out there exploiting your labor, or if you physically can't say no because maybe a reactor has spiked your drink at a party, a reactor believes they can do whatever they want to you." This quote comes from DarkViperAU's 14 pages, where he discusses his position on consent to reactions. And this is also his entire defense. We're going to watch him talk about it today, but every single thing he really says here, outside of some points that we will genuinely give him, seems to fly in the face of his own position on reaction content. And this is the iconic reactor rapist comparison thing that he's using here. That's what everyone talks about. That's the full passage. You can read the full Google document if you want. This is why I think DarkViperAU specifically can't get away with this. I mean, he's going to, but I think that like his own audience should probably hold his feet to the fire on this one, because reaction content is DarkViperAU's principled issue. Understood? So I think that we've explained the backstory enough that you don't have to go back and watch the other video. You can if you want to. It's got a lot of information in it. But I think I can take you into the current day, and we can look at this objectively in the future. So I saw this morning. There's a YouTube drama thread going over it, and YouTube drama is like sort of a neutral space. I don't think they really like DarkViper, but they're open to having his audience there, and they really don't like me, and I'm one of the chief people complaining about DarkViper. So when I'm reading comments in like a neutral setting, an hour and 45 minutes, that's more content than most movies. This beef is getting cinematic. DarkViper, for some reason, can't manage to make concise responses involved in drama. I'm like, ooh, okay, so he's not really winning here either. So in an effort to get away from drama, he made a video. In an effort to get away from a drama he made by stealing clips and being a hypocrite, he made a 2-hour drama video. Man, you could really tell how much he hates drama. And then he's like, well, you can watch the 10-minute version. This doesn't look like an apology. I don't know. I feel like if you make an apology, you should at least like take down the offending thing that you're apologizing for. He apologized for his like 3 a.m. schizophrenic rambling, right? But like, I mean, surely now I'm gonna check. He's removed this, right? Is it off? I think yeah. He's removed it. The post sending. Oh, no, he didn't. So I can just go to his YouTube channel after he apologized, and it links me to the DarkViper thread. Is this quoting Dark Stunter? Let me just clarify this. This is like the tweet he's using. Yeah, and the tweet's still up too. So that's like another part of this. So he apologized for this, but the tweet of him just bashing the fuck out of Dark Stunter that he's apologizing for is still like active. It doesn't really feel like an apology. Does that really feel like an apology? Like, I'm so sorry for this. Also, all the offending shit is up, and all my fucking psychotic fans have jumped in to say like crazy shit to you. I don't. Okay, cool, whatever, awesome. The tweet is so long. Yeah, I mean that's genuine DarkViper lore. So I went to go check out this thread and see where it is now, right before the stream, and I noticed that YouTube Drama took it down, citing that it's like a repost, but I think they're referencing the actual drama 6 days ago, when this was actually pretty useful. He can't make concise responses. He made a short version. I wish he had done that for other stuff. His recent 3-hour video about Willie Mack show could have been half the length. That's very funny. We're going to get to that as well. DarkViperAU trying to be concise, challenge rating impossible. I finally actually sat down and watched a DarkViper video because I told my chat I wouldn't do it anymore. I said, like, if I can't cover this on stream and I can't watch this for the first time on stream, I just simply won't watch his shit anymore. He's like lost like, if he wants to say that we're like slandering him or something like that, I can really only cover what he posts on Twitter. I'm not watching it in my spare time. And if I can't watch it on stream and get paid for it, I'm never watching it. I'm going back on that today because this fucking video is so funny. I had to go out of my way to cut a 50-minute version of this video. I think the actual video is close to 2 hours. To cut like a 50-minute video and intersplice some shit in here like a fucking Mauler EFAP coverage podcast thing. Just to even feel comfortable enough to bring this to you live. Where he wouldn't strike me. I have put so much work into this fucking segment. You have no idea. But I saw this clip, and this is what like kickstarted my lust to respond, dude.
There was clearly other concerns I had than just being kind to him, obviously, as I explained before. I now have this entire thread of false information from a stranger that it is being spammed, added under all my posts by psychos. Nicholas DeOrio and his crew fucking going ham. The people who at least
I don't even think I was going ham. What did I write under it? I was like, I'm shocked that he's crazy. Like, he acted so weird to you, or like so manic. I didn't even say manic. I said he acted, what did I say? It's in the video, but you'll see it. It was like, you were so nice to him. Why did he act so crazy?
Partially responsible for me being doxxed, even though they lie about that. And who has personally, as I just showed before, followed me for fucking years, inventing fake shit about me.
I play clips of you. What do you mean I follow you around for... Like, he sounds psychotic. I'm just fucking responding to stuff. Like, am I lying when I said this guy wrote like a fan fiction that he's the only reason I haven't killed myself? He did that. That actually happened. It's on his Twitter. Oh, he might have deleted it now, but it was on his Twitter.
And his crew fucking gone ham. The people who are at least partially responsible for me being doxxed, even though they lie about that. And who has personally, as I just showed before,
I am not partially responsible for you getting doxxed. What are you, like, this, oh, Nick lies about me all the time. What?
Responsible for me being doxxed, even though they lie about that. And who has personally, as I just showed before, followed me for fucking years, inventing fake shit about me. I still, to this day, do not know what that psycho's problem is. Why, for so many years, has he lied about me so passionately to so many people? He makes Witty look like a sane human being.
Okay. The only thing that I could possibly think of when he's making this allegation is that in the Tea Party group chat, we talked about how he was doxxed by, I don't want to point people in the direction. He was doxxed, right? That had all, like, it was in past tense. He was already doxxed. And the way, like, that he was doxxed was they made an AI song.
Just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
That's what happened. They made an AI song. So we like, me and like Keemstar and the Tea Party group chat leaks mentioned like this is like the most insane thing that ever happened. But like by talking about someone already being like doxxed in a group chat is not being responsible for the dox. The dox already exists. That's the closest it would possibly come, is acknowledging that something happened on a site that literally hosts my docs. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane. Like,
no way, no.
He's aligning us.
There's a KFC in Yemen.
That's the only thing I could possibly think of, is he's aligning me with someone who's hosting my docs. It doesn't make any sense, dude. Also, thank you for the KFC in Yemen. Otherwise, I have no idea what he could possibly be talking about. But even if he showed the screenshots to defend himself, it wouldn't show us doxing him or even participating. It would be talking about an event that already had occurred.
DeOrio and his crew fucking gone ham. The people who are at least partially responsible for me being doxxed, even though they lie about that. And who has personally, as I just showed before, followed me for fucking years, inventing fake shit about me. I still, to this day, do not know what that psycho's problem is. Why, for so many years, has he lied about me so passionately to so many people? He makes Witty look like a sane human being. It's just so
Oh, he also lies about my whole quote-unquote crew, but we'll get there.
wild. And he has like a horde of people who help him in this. Why?
I don't think I have a horde of people doing anything. I'll even give you the timestamps. He's claiming that we sent people in like days prior, I think. I think he literally started crashing out like the night that I found this out, like that this even existed. Apparently for like 7 days, this guy was getting mauled. I didn't learn about it until, what was the date? I knew about this the morning of July 17th, right? I knew about this on July 17th. I think I'd go on to cover it like the next day. Is that when this happened? Where was July 19th, July 17th? Yeah, I covered it in the following stream, so I'd covered it on the 19th. So that was after it already had happened.
How can he be that much of a loser? I don't like to call people losers, but goddamn. All because I wanted to avoid drama and protect the feelings of a stranger. Leave me alone.
And keep in mind, he's talking about protecting the feelings of a stranger. He like spread rumors about my ex-girlfriend. It's so weird that he's talking about this stuff, and he's spreading rumors and talking about the Tea Party like leaks and stuff.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
Do you know, like, he linked Salvo's video, the guy who literally doxed my phone number, to tell everybody that I accused him of. It's just such a insane web. He linked the video, right? I think he linked it. I might be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure he linked the group chat leaks from Salvo, the guy who literally doxed me, to accuse me of doxing. That is the worst donation I've ever gotten. I'm not gonna read that one at the end of the show. I'm sorry. So now let's get into this, because I'm really interested to show you this. DarkViper posted a 2-hour video explaining his whole thought process, and partially while he was doing this, he chose to show more messages that he shared with his own moderator that give you more of a look into his mental state at the time of doing this. Okay? Like, at the time he was covering this, he had said more crazy shit, and he's chosen to give us that.
So recently, I crashed out a bit on Twitter.
That is the understatement of the century.
After I was inundated with rage bait for like 5 days. I was having difficulty sleeping for reasons.
Okay, so he's going to immediately set himself up tons of outs. Oh, I haven't been sleeping. Oh, I haven't been, I don't know if he says eating, but it's like, it was the middle of the night. I was like really fucking tired.
It's entirely unrelated to this.
Yeah, Vadim moment.
I'm currently
And he says entirely unrelated to this, but he also said it fucked up his sleep schedule enough to where he couldn't stream. But yeah, there's a whole, I think he spends like the first minute of this just lying profusely.
So recently, I crashed out a bit on Twitter after I was inundated with rage bait for like 5 days. I was having difficulty sleeping for reasons entirely unrelated to this. I'm currently taking an appetite suppressant. Wasn't working.
Dude, what the fuck? It was eating, dude. He's taking it. What are you taking? Fucking Ozempic? What's happening, dude? What? I'm not eating. I'm not sleeping. I'm schizo. I'm crashing out. Dude, this is, by the way, I didn't edit this part. Like, this is the first fucking frame of his video. He opens up with, like, excuse Olympics.
So recently, I crashed out a bit on Twitter after I was inundated with rage bait for like 5 days. I was having difficulty sleeping for reasons entirely unrelated to this. I'm currently taking an appetite suppressant. Wasn't working as well as it should, so...
So he's... Oh, it's the opposite, dude. Dude, he's beating Ozempic. I don't know, why is he giving us this information?
Rather than going to bed...
This is not your emotional dumping ground? Yeah.
Like midnight as I normally do. I was so hungry.
Dude, this guy's just devouring he's devouring a banquet meal at midnight while fighting with people on Twitter, beating out the appetite like, why is he this is literally the meme where it's like, here's a bunch of embarrassing information, please don't bully me with it.
I couldn't get to sleep. And I made the foolish mistake of going onto Twitter and being inundated with the rage bait that I had been experiencing for the previous, like, 5 days. Rather than ignoring it...
And he already knew if he opened up Twitter, he was gonna go see this shit, so he's like, fuck it, dude. Fuck it, dude, I'll say it.
As I had been doing for all that time, I got taken in. I ended up explaining a story on Twitter that I never had any intention to explain because, as you're gonna see...
Dude, this guy... you can't say that. You can't say... Bro, you know when people say like, oh, I misspoke on a live stream? You know, and you're like, okay, well, I can give you... I'll cut you some slack. I get it. On a live stream, it is possible to misspeak, right? Well, I'm gonna go to DarkViperAU.
Nicholas, the GOAT. I appreciate that.
Dude, this guy will write research papers, like fucking video, like literal essays, and then he'll be like, yeah, mate, I'm gonna take that one back. Like, he spent like probably a significant amount of time typing this out, rereading it, fucking hitting send, and then retroactively he's like, yeah, man, I I didn't get a lot of sleep, and this was I didn't really think this one through. That's how it feels. I didn't really think this one through. Let me see. I'm going to put this on the screen while he's talking, just so you kind of get the vibes. Am I missing something? Did he delete it while I'm live? I'm not seeing the post. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is Dark Stunter, and this is the DarkViper post here.
See, entirely unrelated to this. I'm currently taking an appetite suppressant. Wasn't working as well as it should, so rather than going to bed at like midnight as I normally do, I was so hungry I couldn't get to sleep. And I made the foolish mistake of going onto Twitter and being inundated with the rage bait that I had been experiencing for the previous, like, 5 days. Rather than ignoring it as I had been doing for all that time, I got taken in. I ended up explaining a story on Twitter that I never had any intention to explain because, as you're going to see in the story, I was...
Are you serious? Are you actually fucking serious right now? Like, is anyone buying this? I understand we're 42 seconds into this, and I'm going to cover this until I fucking pass out tonight, because it's actually so fucking insane that he's arguing this right now. Like, all you have to do is look at his Twitter, and he just sounds insane.
Doing my best to avoid any drama.
Oh, that's another thing. I've been trying not to avoid drama. This guy posted a 3-hour video about Willie 2 weeks ago. On main, not even on his side channel. He posted a 3-hour Willie Mac Show hyper breakdown 2 weeks ago.
As well as it should. So rather than going to bed at like midnight as I normally do, I was so hungry I couldn't get to sleep. And I made the foolish mistake of going onto Twitter and being inundated with the rage bait that I had been experiencing for the previous, like, 5 days. Rather than ignoring it as I had been doing for all that time, I got taken in.
So he was ignoring the Dark Stunter stuff.
I ended up explaining a story on Twitter that I never had any intention to explain because, as you're going to see in the story, I was doing my best to avoid any drama.
He's not avoiding drama, though. That's just not accurate. He keeps repeating this throughout the course of the thing, where he's like trying to avoid drama and he doesn't do this anymore. It's like, bro, you posted a 3-hour video on Willy's. This guy announced like a 9-part Willy series, and I think he capped it at like 3 videos, maybe. So there's that. That's a thing that
As you may have
happened.
noticed from my content, as it has changed over the years.
Here's a 99-page Google document that he wrote on Willie Mac Show's like Reddit friend who did like a 10-minute segment in one of his videos. This is a 99-page Google document that was actually attached to that 3-hour video, just to be clear.
I don't talk about politics anymore. Don't talk about any other creators anymore.
This document that was 99 pages on like a random Redditor with no real like, because he made claims in Willie's video. It's not out of nowhere. It was peer reviewed. He had somebody peer review this study or something. And if you go into the document, he knows everything about us, literally everything about us. He's talking about how like this guy is not to be trusted because he supported John Swan. This document is fucking crazy. DarkViper, I think, knows more about me than I know about him, which is insane with the stuff that he says about me in this video.
I engage less on social
What's
media.
the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Oreo.
Here.
Any other creators anymore.
So that's the peer-reviewed study.
I engage less on social media.
Yeah, I'm feeling that one's probably not accurate either. And you could say, oh no, Nick, you're being fucking... This is obviously a weird moment for him. He doesn't do this anymore. He's quit this thing. Okay.
My social media is traditionally just my own jokes.
He also got caught on the false allegation that I was comment cop and then had to walk it back. So when he sees an opportunity to take a shot at me, he does not let up at all either, just to be clear. He was completely wrong here and looked like a total fucking moron, but this whole speech is insane because he literally was one of the people who got caught in that.
This is all with the active effort of trying to just focus on my work and not get involved in this petty nonsense that exists online. I have actively said I do not care about other content creators, but as has been the case for years now, people just keep lying about me. They find shit from the past, invent fake...
By the way, and he's saying this while he just lied like a billion times. Literally, we're a minute into this video, literally just continuously lies.
stories about them, put them on social media because they don't like me.
And again, he repeated like a false story, and we checked this out in the last video. He repeated like a false story about my ex-girlfriend too. It's even more insane, right? That's like a Google of... You could literally Google it and get more like a better version. He was reading some like random hate comment that somebody tweeted at him and just claiming it was fact.
This is another example of this, and I can prove it. I'm going to show this, and I know for a fact it doesn't matter. I know showing this information will not in any way...
And I don't know how, even if Dark Stunter is completely wrong and is completely lied about you, how would that look bad on me or Willie or any of us?
remove the false stories about me, because people don't accept what is true or what is the most evidence. They accept what is beneficial to them.
And I realized when I was watching this that he's Bo Blacks. Like, he's just another Bo Blacks. He's one of those where you have to agree to disagree with him and give up the conversation, or he will hyperfixate on you and he will cry. If you don't just agree to disagree and move on with DarkViper, he'll just cry. And you'll look like an asshole. I mean, that's literally like, he will not concede. He will not yield ground. If he is wrong, he will not concede.
And that's, of course, the same with you guys, right? There was often cases where you guys don't have sufficient evidence to know that I'm telling the truth. You don't have sufficient...
And he's acknowledging that his own chat just fucking blindly believes him, which I'll give him credit for. Because they do. They are militant.
evidence to believe anything that I'm saying, but you believe it because you want to believe I'm a good person. Or it conforms with what you already believe. And this is just how we all work, right?
I think not conceding is literally the lolcow gene. There are times when you can not concede, and it's not really like an assassinate. Dude, people who are in a position where they're doing well and they're in a constant state of being reaffirmed can get caught with blinders on. It can happen. I am not immune to it even either. I've been in that position where you're getting constantly Yas Queened by your fucking chat, and it can give you blinders, and it sucks, because then you have to kind of come to terms with the fact that, like, although you're doing X, Y, and Z and it's going really well, you're wrong, and you have to go out and correct that, because that's like the right thing to do. And I can get it from that regard, but when you're not getting that, and like it's piling up and piling up and piling up and piling up, and you're getting like owned on complete crazy shit, and you just keep engaging and you keep engaging and you keep engaging, that's where you find lolcows.
It's not worth expending the mental effort to find out whether some random YouTuber is a good person or a bad person. So what happened? I received a message from someone called...
But I don't even agree with that. What do you mean it's not worth the effort to find out if a YouTuber is a good person or a bad person? It's working really well for like Quintheo. It's working really well for me. That's like, that's the whole drama machine. You don't like how they treat you.
Dark J. Dark sent this...
Okay. So this is the message from his perspective. And this is what we were seeing obviously on Twitter.
June the 4th in 2025. It is currently July 19th. He is still yapping about this. A month and 2 weeks later, I had no idea who this person was, but they apparently knew me very well.
I can't stress this enough. I will pull up this, and this is the thing I will defend Dark Stunter on until the end of time. He was very cordial with DarkViper. It's obvious to me that this was a DarkViper fan who was kind of concerned that A, DarkViper kind of violated his own principles here in some capacity. And B, he felt like he got fucked over. He felt like he deserved credit, right? That's a reasonable thing. This is what he wrote. Again, I will read this for you because I think it's important to know how Matto was treated, right? How he was treated by this guy, because that will shape your entire perception of what DarkViper says. Hey, Matt. You know, I've been watching you for a real long time. I'm not the most active, and I don't really show it often, but I really like you and your content. That said, there's one thing that left a sour taste in my mouth. I've been meaning to bring this up for a while, and after seeing your recent yap, where you talked about the short profits and related stuff, I felt like it was the right time. This is the particular short that I wanted to talk about. I know you originally added credit in the comments, but that credit is now gone because the comment was edited into a different announcement. The issue I have is that you're using gameplay footage without permission. You just took it and ended up making a good amount of revenue from it. I wanted to make it clear that I'm not asking for any money. I'm just genuinely curious why you would do something like that, especially since both you and I know what it feels like when someone else isn't being friendly and doesn't credit you properly for your work. Another thing that bothers me is I actually reached out to you 2 years before you posted this short offering to provide gameplay footage for gliding if you ever wanted to cover it on your Clips channel. You responded to me with, nah, can't do it, so ever, never. Could have done it years ago, but if I had wanted to. If I can't show it myself, I'm not keen, thanks though. I was genuinely interested in helping you if this was ever something you needed or wanted, but you clearly declined, so I respected that and I left it at that. So finding out a couple of years later that you did a complete 180 and uploaded the clip without permission was so disappointing. Again, I'm not trying to start any drama. This was just something that I really wanted to get off my chest. I do feel bad about this stunt you pulled. Keep up the good content. So this is a person who's literally just reaching out to him, saying this seems kind of counterproductive with like some of the stuff you've said. Obviously, I show the example of his quote about like how a reactor just takes things without caring about who owns them or who the people are and stuff. That's something that DarkViper thinks about with his own content, his own criticisms of reaction content, right? But he comes in here and he kind of establishes, hey, I'm a fan. You just made a video saying that you make like tons of money off of YouTube Shorts, so it does kind of feel shitty now. You credited me a long while ago, but somewhere along the lines you changed it to a merch plug, and that feels kind of shitty. And yeah, I mean, I just wanted to reach out and let you know it kind of sucks, right? This is not a rude and scathing tweet. This is, or DM or something. This is not like an unhinged schizo post. This is just a guy who reached out who felt like he was kind of wronged. And I don't even agree with him. I don't think he's owed this fucking... You had credit for like 3 years, dude. Again, like, I don't think that you're even owed credit. So I don't even believe that this guy has been, like, ultimately wronged. But I think with DarkViper, his position on this makes this impossible not to cover and talk about. Because, yeah, he would have to concede a small amount of ground. A normal person who gets a DM like this would either say, my bad, bro, I didn't know. I don't manage my mess... Because he didn't know at this point. It was still up on TikTok. But, like, my bad, bro... I didn't know that the credit was taken away when I had a comment bot run through and change it all to merch plugs. Or like, I didn't really even know where I got this clip from. I could credit you now if you'd like, or I could take down the short and go and make a new one. That's what like a normal human being would write. Or they would just not respond at all if they don't think it's worth their time. DarkViper went and posted this, right? Gotta say, this is a strange message. It was 2 years, man. I answer quite literally hundreds of DMs for a week. So to summarize, you put unlisted footage that you never intended to use for any purpose in a Discord somewhere to show an extra strat. It wasn't public. You were making no money. Hell, you were never gonna make any money. I creatively edited it years after at the expense of time and presenting it in a way to cause it to succeed, taking a 9-minute recording and making it into a 20-second clip. You were obviously never gonna do it, and hell, no one would have ever done it. Shame. It was a good edit and a hook. I guess I'll find that clip of like, this is insane. Dude, he ends this shit with never contact me again for any reason. Please stop watching my content. This is the story. The story is him being an immature piece of shit and writing this crazy fucking post for no reason. Like, this is insane, dude. It's actually like a crazy, unhinged response to somebody who just kind of felt wronged by you, even if he technically did mention money. Well, yeah, he mentioned like that was the prompt here, right? I don't see any indication that he's out here looking for money. DarkViper just starts ranting on his fucking thing, being like, I should have just paid this guy $500. I should have just, even if he wasn't I should have just fucking paid this guy. It's easier to make people like this shut up when they're all money hungry. I get the vibe here that he's just a fan of DarkViper, and he just felt like he was kind of wronged on this one, and it flew against the principles that he shared. That's what I get here. Maybe your mileage may vary. Maybe I'm biased or something. I don't think I am. It just seems like he's just acting crazy unprofessional and unhinged, and he's holding everyone else account for it.
You know, it happens because I'm a content creator. My viewers often feel like they know me as a person. It's a parasocial relationship with some people, and there was a lot of that in this message.
Oh, and he's acting like the other thing. He's like, he's parasocial, acting like you know me. Yeah, he didn't know. But the point is saying, hey, I can do stunt footage, right? And he said no. And then he went, what the fuck? I just found out he used my footage anyway. It's just like, it doesn't mean he's like parasocial and he thinks he's your friend. It just means like, hey, that's funny. I reached out to offer stunt footage and you just took it later. That doesn't mean he's like attached to you at the hip and thinks he's like, he knows you, bro. It just means it's just like it's a weird coincidence.
A parasocial relationship is
Nicholas DeOrio.
Thank you.
a one-sided connection where an individual feels the sense of intimacy.
Thank you for explaining what parasocial means. All right, let's get to the actual thing.
Watching you for a long time. I'm not the most active, and I don't really
He just thought that he'd stand by what he said.
show it that often, but I really like you and your content. That said, there's one thing that's left a sour taste in my mouth. I've been meaning to bring this up for a while, and after seeing your recent yap, where you talked about shorts profits and related stuff, I felt it was the right time. Now this is already off to a little bit of a bad start.
It's not. He's explaining this to his own audience right now, and I don't think it is.
Because what inspired this message was profit, money. Finding out that my shorts are profitable. As you guys know, I release like 3 to 5 shorts a day.
It just feels like after he posted this, said he's not going to respond anymore. Then he stayed up anyway and put out a fucking YouTube community post. Then he posted again saying his girlfriend said he's unhinged. Then he came out to apologize, and he's still just trashing this guy and dragging him through the mud. It just feels fucked up, dude.
Because I have a huge backlog of clips and a team of people who work to convert them
He's money hungry.
into shorts.
I mean, maybe he is. Maybe he is. I'll give DarkViper the benefit of the doubt. Prove to me this guy's just a money-hungry egomaniac.
They make that much money from shorts? Because shorts don't make that much money in general.
He also just told on himself that he used the guy's content to profit. I think he actually gives us a number, right?
But they are profitable at this point. I can get you some exact numbers if you like. So in the last 30 days, I made $6,000 on shorts. But I released 133. Okay, so I actually lost money. I pay $50 per short. So my shorts cost $6,650 to make, and I made $6,000. So I'm at a loss right now. But some months...
Eventually you'll make more. Yeah, when the numbers go up, it'll be worth it. But ultimately, you don't make shorts to turn a profit. You make shorts to get people to come to your videos.
Have been in the positive. Like I've made like $3,000 profit in some months. Obviously,
and that's not like a significant amount of money for a guy his size. $3,000 is nothing. Again, you use shorts on sites like this, and also... simultaneously, he's putting the stuff on TikTok probably, maybe even Instagram. I know TikTok for sure. He has somebody else upload it there, so maybe he doesn't even get to see the profit. It's about discoverability. It's about bringing people to your actual content.
Main source of revenue is not my...
Who spends money to make shorts? People who do this as a business. Yeah, you could spend hours of your day making YouTube shorts, Or you could put it towards making content and automate it. It's like who hires editors? Most streamers hire editors because it frees you up. Like ultimately, if I ever stopped working a regular job, I'd probably immediately go hire an editor and then begin working on scripted video content or something, maybe using those hours in the day to make another revenue source. Because the money that I would spend on an editor would be eclipsed by the money a second YouTube channel would make.
My shorts. It is not something I personally spend any time on for that reason. I have...
It's not about editors for VODs. It's 14 seconds of footage and narration. But like, yeah, it's 100 and something of them though. You're going to make 100 and... You have the time to make 100 and something YouTube shorts? I don't think so. I think that you're overestimating how much time these creators have. This is a live streamer who spends like 8 hours a day on stream some days. He's going to turn off the stream and just start firing off shorts. He's going to make fucking 3 shorts per day? No, I don't think so.
Other people who propagate my shorts onto other social media platforms, even though they don't make money. This is a part of my business that I'm not 100% sure is bringing me a lot of value because the shorts and main channel algorithms don't connect to each other. But
that's also true too.
It's still seemingly worth it because either I'm making a little bit of money or at the very least, like it's breaking even. But nevertheless, this person brings up a short. This is a very unique short on my channel.
Do you remember, actually, the reason why he's so right there is you remember like there were YouTubers who'd have like 250,000 subs or 300,000 subs or even 1 million, and they would go live on their channel to 6 people, and if they posted an actual video, it would get 3,000 views because they were farming like fucking shorts to try to get like a play button and thought that would translate.
I recommend
and it just
watching
didn't.
Nicholas
That was so
DeOrio's
funny, dude.
latest video.
Because these guys would enter conversations like, I'm a 1 million sub YouTuber, guys, and everybody would be like, yeah, you are, dude. Yeah, you are. Look at you and your cute little 1 million subs or whatever. And they would come hang out and we would have like 20,000 on this channel and we would get more stream viewers than them.
For a few reasons. Why this is the case is going to be explained as we go through this story. This is the only short still on the channel that I didn't record myself. You also might notice that this short is ridiculously low quality, which is very different from all my other shorts, especially released around this.
Now this is going to be the Dark Stunter one. I ended up cutting the footage because I didn't want to show a full YouTube short, even in the context of DarkViper showing a full YouTube short. But I will give you the tea that I do think it was fair use. He talks about like why, in the 20 seconds he has with this clip, he talks about why other people don't even attempt a trick like this. He describes in the narration, which isn't in and of itself transformative. But I think all in all, with what's there, I would consider it to be transformative.
Time. GTA 5 speedrunners, it's like 480p or something. Like this is just a sludge. You can't even like see Trevor's head. This, of course, very strange. But where I got this clip from is the reason why this clip is like this. Dark J goes on. In this particular shot I want to talk about, I know you originally added credit in the comments, but that credit is now gone because the comment was edited into a different announcement. The issue I have is that you used gameplay footage without permission. You just took it and ended up making a good amount of ad revenue from it. So we're already in even worse territory. Money is now being mentioned twice. Spoilers, money will be mentioned another...
Dude, I feel like you have to be like extremely egotistical to specifically read that out of what he wrote. Like, and again, I'm egotistical too, so I'm not just knocking you, but this is like the most malicious possible read of this I've ever seen.
A dozen times by this dude. So what is he talking about? Why is he bringing this up now? So this clip I released 2023, January 7th. So 2 to 3 years ago. And you'll hear me say 2 or 3 years at different...
Wait, I feel like that's an important distinction. Wait, what? I didn't even realize it was more recent than I thought. I thought it was even older. Okay, that's like an important detail to go back and forth on.
Different points in this story because it's, you know, between the two. So this guy who has known about this...
Yeah, and he's mentioning money. One of the mentions of money is this is not about money.
...clip about 3 years. And he's like, I have a real problem that you didn't ask for permission. 3 years after the clip was...
Yeah, that's like when Anissa was like, yeah, dude, this could have raised somewhere between like, you know, 1.5 to like $3 million. Oh, that was how much we had stolen from us. It's like, that's kind of a big range.
...least. And he's mentioning money twice. Not only that, he has noticed when a credit was changed after 3 years. A lot of red flags here.
I don't think that's a red flag. If you found out that that DarkViper went and like quoted your video and you're a DarkViper fan, is that not a video that you would go and look back on fondly? Like if there was a YouTuber called Don't Be Sod 20, and he was a YouTuber who did NHL videos, and in one video he did like a pink slip challenge, and he played against me. And I wasn't a YouTuber. I wasn't credited in it. It was just like me and my YouTube channel. Me and my hockey team playing against him. And I would show people that video being like, dude, look, I lost to this fucking YouTuber. It was cool because I knew it was me, right? And then like I could see him constantly reiterating back, like, I'm a fan of this guy's channel. Look, dude, DarkViper actually did a voiceover of my fucking strategy. Look at this. And like, wait, what? Wait, he credit you? Where? I don't see a credit. And he sees a merch plug and he gets upset. I could see this happening.
This is kind of crazy already. You would think if the person had a problem with there being no permission for this clip, and we're going to explain why that is in a moment, they would have said something, you know, within the last 3 years.
But I thought he had credit at one point, didn't he? He was like, hey, I like the... He says it directly in here. Where is it? I know you originally added credit, but that credit is now gone. So when did he change it? Again, like, this is such a stupid thing. Because at a portion of this, he did already have this credit.
You're going to see some confusion from me about this credit in a message I'm going to show you later. Because originally when I released this short, I got it from a source that wasn't DarkJ. Because I got this from someone other than DarkJ.
So this clip was like the town whore. It was passed around, which is like, yeah, okay, he doesn't know the original owner of it. It's very possible. I think that there's a lot of videos, especially of like speed running and stuff, where they're not content creators who are posting it, where some of these strategies, they don't even know who created them, right? These videos get posted in these Discords. That's totally possible, yeah.
The person I credited,
all he had to do was just say, my bad, bro, and return the credit. Like and you don't even have to return the credit. You don't even have to answer at all. I guess all you had to do was not write that psychotic message back to him. And it would have avoided this whole conflict, I think.
Was the person I got the clip from. I put their Discord and their YouTube channel, even though the clip was unlisted. It wasn't until a while later that Dark Stunter, left a comment saying, oh, actually, this is my clip. Can you credit me? And I said, oh, noise.
So then it sounds like he was kind of worried about it, right? He would have never mentioned it, but here's the time that he mentioned it, and then I did it. So why didn't you just do that again? If this already happened once, and he just wanted credit, why didn't you just give him back the credit?
You got it, sport.
Or just ignored him.
And so I changed the credit. This obviously constituted permission because his request represented that he was fine with me leaving it up on the channel. Now,
yeah, for credit.
I didn't remember this when I spoke to DarkJ the first time. I thought he was the guy from the Discord that I got the clip from. The reason for this is, this happened 3 years ago. I know it may not seem obvious, but I run a business with dozens of people in it. In the time since this clip was released...
And he's so fixated on, like, previous conversations. What? Just put his name back on the video. Or don't answer.
I have released 1,400 other shorts.
Like, that doesn't have anything to do with this.
Yeah, 1,400. 1,400!
Oh, he's part of the joke now, even after he said that, like, Ethan Klein was harassing him and bad... it was, like, one of the most... It was the worst things that ever happened. Yeah.
I have made channels. I've removed channels. This is, like, all the projects being worked on right now. I'm not thinking and...
Look, I'm very successful. I make a lot of money. My business is booming right now. I can't remember peasants like that. Like, who is this appealing to?
Remembering clips from 3 years ago. That's crazy. But this clip was very important to Dark because he...
Yeah, because it was him. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, it was very important to Dark because he likes you, and it was him in the clip. That's why it's important to him.
I know. I'm not thinking and remembering clips from 3 years ago.
Keffel's tweet.
Thank you.
On Nicholas DeOrio.
Look, I hope I'm not coming off as super... I hate DarkViper. I feel like I'm coming off reasonable right now. This is just bizarre.
That's crazy. But this clip was very important to Dark because he's been watching me for a long time. Okay. He really likes me and my content. He has a parasocial relationship with me.
No, dude, he just thinks that you... He thinks that you kind of went against your principles here. No, you were at the door. He just wanted credit
with me, as this is going to be really apparent as we continue on this.
All right. Give DarkViper the benefit of the doubt. He can paint this one. He will paint this one. He'll give us a picture. Be like a Picasso. All right, we'll get there. We're clip champing him right now.
Sorry. So we can jump ahead and I can answer why this credit was removed. He's going to accuse me of removing this credit in some way to spite him or something. But obviously that's not true. So I have this tool that enables
Fair. Let's see that when it comes up.
me to change my descriptions of all of my videos and the pinned comments of all of my videos to announce stuff. Very recently, I did an announcement for my merch store. So,
And again, there's also two things here. If you have problems with what Dark Stunter said in his Twitter thread, that's fine. But know that the message we read from Dark Viper, where he told him to basically fuck off, never watch his content again, and treated him like shit, was before that. Dark Stunter came in and was very obviously looking for a good faith interaction. Dark Viper met him back by blasting him, and then anything that happens after that, that's where the stage was set. That's not like if Dark Stunter lies and we go over lies in this, then that's obviously not defending him there. But no, by the time this hits Twitter, this nature of this conversation has changed. They're no longer negotiating in like reasonable terms, and I don't know why you would with someone who talked to me like that. I wouldn't.
you will see on every video, every pinned comment, with maybe one or two exceptions.
For someone who says he cares so much about his fans, he's really fast to disregard this one in particular. But again, I'm going to speculate right now. This is my opinion. I think he's mad because I retweeted stuff. I think he's mad at me, and he's taking it out on this guy. Now, he was mad in general because he was being spammed by it, but he didn't crash out until like me and Chud Logic saw it.
For sponsors. Videos that have recently come out, because I can go, don't change these recent videos.
And I'm not just being psychotic or parasocial about it. He names me like 3 times in this video, and I barely said anything about it. And the video only came out today.
Yes, right. I use this tool to change these things. So obviously I didn't remove a credit on a short that came out 3 years ago to spite this random dude that I didn't know. But Dark is under the impression that I did this, as insane as that is. No person thinking straight is going to think that I'm going to remember a short from 3 years ago. And as this is the only short still on the channel that
I recommend
is someone else's
watching
footage.
Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
Nick, this Dark Viper has like some kind of OCD.
Yeah.
I worked with a guy who was super OCD and it manifested in any discussion. Bro had to walk you through his entire thought process.
Yeah,
no matter how insane it was.
I didn't
or he
have
would
a
crash.
I didn't have a difficult time cutting out half of this footage, because most of it was just him repeating himself. But if you need to watch the I actually encourage you. There's no way I can do this, because if I encourage you to go watch the full context, then I'm hate rating. But if I don't do that, then I'm like a bad guy because I've cut things out. He's created this insane defense where you just can't watch his videos and talk about his arguments, or you risk getting struck. So I had to make this cut, and he's just going to say that I cut something out anyway. So it kind of sucks. But obviously, I recommend everyone watch the full context nicely without castling him too much on his own channel. If you disagree, feel free to disagree, but that's not why you'd be going there. You'd be going there to watch his words, I guess.
I'm obviously not going to be thinking about all the credits on my shorts, because it was the only short that was credited to someone else.
And his argument here, and I'm going to go back again because we need to talk about this a little bit more. He's like, why would I ever think of this short from 3 years ago? This short from 3 years ago is unique in the fact that it's the only one that doesn't feature my own gameplay. That kind of flies in the face. And I don't think that he was thinking of this short, and I don't think he did this to spite that guy. But it's weird that he's like, why would I think of this one short? And he's like, this is the only short of its kind on the entire channel, singling it out specifically as something that he would know. I don't know. It's kind of odd.
Is someone else's footage. I'm obviously not going to be thinking about all the credits on my shorts, because it was the only short that was credited to someone else. I do give credit where it's due, obviously. For example, in the most recent Pacifist episode, you can see here, shout out to Trims, who developed many of the strategies for this series. I also credited him.
Oh, to those who might be watching, this video, this segment, is not supposed to substitute for the original work. Please support the official release.
Here in the pinned comment, and the reason for this was I intended to credit him in the video itself, because he helped a lot with Pacifist.
Oh, dude. Hold on, wait. Nope, not that one. No, stop playing. Stop playing. You're getting me in trouble. Oh, fuck it. Let's just keep going. Hey, it's me, Nick. Today we're going to be...
And I will credit him in the next one. I recorded the line for the video, but it didn't end up
Please support the official release.
making it in,
Dude, we use AI to like have their voice say, please support the official release.
because Martin edited it and he didn't get that clip. Given my propensity to give credit in videos and other things we're going to talk about, why wasn't Dark credits in video? It has something to do with the story I just told you. I didn't get this clip from Dark. Some people, for example...
But then you gave him credit. So, like, and you remember it now. Maybe you didn't remember it in the moment. Okay. I don't know. I could give him credit there.
Said, you know, that's your fault. If you credited him in the description, your tool wouldn't have removed the pinned comment. One, I didn't have this tool 3 years ago. Expecting me to act in the past without understanding what's going to happen 3 years in the future is insane.
Wait, what? You couldn't credit him in the description of the short because you didn't know that a tool would remove the pinned comment in the future? It doesn't really seem like a winner's argument, right? You could have always put it in the description. Okay.
Two, the description doesn't show up on shorts.
Sure, but that should not be your concern. If he wanted credit and you added him to the description, then you would have done what he asked. Why not just do that if he wanted credit? Or you could just do both. I don't.
Like, you have to click in and then to have it show up here. People are more
So wait, that's hold on.
Act in the past without understanding what's going to happen 3 years in the future is insane. Two, the description doesn't show up on shorts. Like, you have to click in and then to have it show up here.
So it does. Just to be clear, yes, it takes one click, right? And if I go to a YouTube video description, I have to expand it as well. Okay, but doesn't the comment section also open that way? Right?
People are more likely to see the comments, and so that's where you're going to put a credit if you...
But the comments are also it's the same button. The button's right there. What are you talking about? What?
Put a credit if you...
It's just a different button.
A credit is due. I'm jumping all over the place.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of information to unpack with this story. Another thing that bothers me, so he's bothered twice, is that I actually reached out to you.
He's talking about originally he made the decision to do it in a comment in the past, not knowing it would auto-nuke the comment in the future. Yeah, but why wouldn't... In any other context, they would just put the credit in the description. Right? What did he do? Pin that comment when he's like, can you credit me? This is my thing. Sure, okay, 100%. But, like... I don't think that... Like, he could have just put it in the description to begin with. I don't know why that matters.
2 years before you posted this short.
I don't know how that's a winner's argument right now in current day. And again, just to be clear, all he had to do was just put it back, you know? If he put it there the first time, why not just put it back?
Offering to provide gameplay footage for gliding if you ever wanted to cover it on your Clips channel.
And I don't know the difference. Like, I genuinely, he just showed it to me. I don't understand the difference between comment and description, at least in PC view. It just seems like you hit a different button.
You responded to me with, I can't do it, so never. Could have done it years ago had I wanted to. If I can't show it myself, I'm not keen. Thanks though. He's feeling slighted because 2 years after he messaged me, I didn't remember that. And my actions didn't act in accordance with how he emotionally felt I should be acting.
I think he's like really reading into this in a weird way. It's like, hey, in the past I reached out to you about stunting, and it seems like you did want to get clips later on stunting, and it's just kind of sucks that you took it without asking.
Obviously, there's a lot of parasocial stuff going on here. This happens quite a bit with me, where I'll run across people talking, and they'll be speaking as if I should know certain things about them and what's going on with them. A lot of drama creators will be like this. They think I'm on forums where people talk about me, or I'm watching these videos.
Every time he mentions this shit, it becomes more and more obvious that he is as active in these locations as... Like, I don't think that has anything to do with this, but he obviously is fairly active in these spaces. Like, he's reading this stuff, yeah.
From these crazy people who talk about me, I don't watch any of them, with a very few exceptions. There has been times where I've just not had the time. I've said, mods, check out these videos and tell me, is there something in them that actually has some merit that I should be responding to? And the answer is usually no. I don't spend my time...
Oh, so you go to your moderators that are your friends and ask them, should you watch this new video? And they're like, no, dude, it doesn't matter. Just don't watch it. And he's like, oh, this video must be bad. Also, aren't you making videos covering us? Are you saying you don't even know what we have, like what we've said? I imagine the exceptions are probably Willie, because you've never really dedicated a full video to me. But do you not know any of the arguments that I made when you guys go and... You keep saying that I lie about you and I make up stuff about you all the time, but you're saying you don't watch the videos? What are you talking about?
Time dealing with this kind of stuff. I run a
And he writes like essay after essay after essay, dude. It's insane.
business that has dozens of people working for me. Balancing that
Yeah, I get it, dude. You're really successful. You're really selling that. Your channel makes a lot of money.
with my girlfriend and my social life
And you have a girlfriend too. Yeah, you're doing really good for yourself, man. You have a girlfriend. You're well adjusted. You're not weird at all.
and stuff, it's quite hard. I don't spend my time in people's DMs talking to them and stuff. And so obviously,
No, it seems like you spend your time in Discord talking to your mods.
I wasn't going to remember this message, and the expectation from Dark that I would is crazy. But he feels slighted by this. Did I miss one line? I did miss some stuff. So he says here, I want to be clear that I'm not asking you for
Oh, guys, the one part that he missed was, I want to be clear, I'm not asking for money. Okay.
money. This is now the third time that money has been mentioned. It's like I'm the mother who's come home. My son looks at me and goes,
But, like, are you going to mention the context in which he just, like, yeah, I did say the word money. That was there, but, I mean, like, you could literally say in plain English what you think, and DarkViper will just tell you what you think. It's cool.
I didn't break anything. I'm like, I didn't mention you breaking something. He goes, well, if you were going to mention the possibility of something would be broken, nothing is broken. And I did not break anything. And again, money is going to be brought up like a dozen more times. I'm just genuinely curious why you do something like that, especially since both you and I know what it feels like when someone isn't being friendly and doesn't credit you properly for your work. So Dark is under the impression that despite crediting him in the comments, the second I was aware that he made this clip, and having no problem crediting him, that 3 years later, I've intentionally gone back and changed this pinned comment to remove his credit.
Is that what he read from there? That's not what he said. What? I'm sorry, I literally pre-watched this and I'm still stunned.
Curious why you do something like that, especially since both you and I know what it feels like when someone isn't being friendly and doesn't credit you properly for your work. So Dark is under the impression that despite crediting him in the comments, the second I was aware that he made this clip.
Hold on. Where is he getting this from? I'm genuinely curious why you do... Okay. In this particular clip, I want to know what... I know you originally added a credit in the comments, but that credit is now gone because the comment was edited into the announcement. The issue I have is that you used gameplay footage without permission. You just took it and ended up making a good amount of ad revenue from it. I want to make it clear, I'm not asking for money. I'm just genuinely curious why you do something like that, especially since you both... you and I both know what it feels like when someone isn't being friendly and doesn't credit you properly from your work. I feel like this is just as much about the credit as taking the footage without permission. I feel like he's completely dodging that. That's like another, like that's like the main sentence too. So yeah, I mean, and he's asking like, I genuinely want to know. And then DarkViper turns around and goes, you're a parasocial freak. And then he tells like a reasonable answer. It just should be simple. It should be, hey man, sorry about that. I just want to let you know, like, it wasn't intentional. I fucking used an automated process to take away all the comments. Like, that's the end. That's the end of the conversation. It's not like he's a parasocial maniac who thinks I came out of my way to slight him. He's just confused as to why you do that, considering your basic principles about reaction content and what you deem to be acceptable in the space.
That I'm not asking you for money. This is now the third time that money has been mentioned. It's like I'm the mother who's come home. My son looks at me and goes, I didn't break anything. I'm like, I didn't mention you breaking something.
Like, now going back and rereading it, I know where he's coming from. It's just not where we live. He's coming from a galaxy far, far away. I feel like he's reading this to get the answers that he wants out of it, because he doesn't want to, I guess, engage with the fact that, like, this does kind of fly in the face of what he preaches, and he doesn't want to concede literal inches. We're not talking about a big concession here. This isn't some fucking huge career-ending drama or something that, like, destroys his position on, like, reactions forever and he can never talk about it again. He has to yield about 6 centimeters here, and he's just unable to do it.
Well, if you were going to mention the possibility of something would be broken, nothing is broken. And I did not break anything. And again, money is going to be brought up like a dozen more times. I'm just genuinely curious why you do something like that, especially since both you and I know what it feels like when someone isn't being friendly and doesn't credit you properly for your work. So Dark is under the impression that despite crediting him in the comments, the second I was aware that he made this clip, and having no problem crediting him, that 3 years later, I've intentionally gone back and changed this pinned comment to remove his credit. And he feels slighted.
I think he's just asking what happened.
by this. If he'd sent me a message, oh, I noticed the pinned comment had been changed, why was that? We wouldn't be here now. But there's like 17 red flags here that Dark is in a parasocial relationship with me. He thinks that I'm thinking about him and doing things in relation to him, and I like worry about him.
This is such a high-level escalation to what he's actually written. It's actually insane.
About a credit from a short 3 years ago that I'm not thinking about the DM.
A high-functioning escalation, probably.
That he sent me 5 years ago. And this is just very weird to me, reading this. And so he says here, you and I both know what it feels like when someone isn't being friendly and doesn't credit you properly for your work. So here he's referring to Friendly Baron, and my issue with Baron had nothing to do with him crediting me for work. In one instance, he made a video where he said, and some other runner got to the top of the water tower on Nervous Run. My issue with that was, I was the only person who'd ever done this. It was a thing that I was known for. And rather than say my name, he said some other runner. Because Baron around that time was doing his best to pretend I didn't exist. And
oh, okay, so this is a reference to British Runner's video where he'd gotten upset that he wasn't credited for running something. So he didn't want to give DarkViper specifically the credit.
So even in context where he should just be saying my name, he would not say my name. If he had just said, and it's even possible to get to the top of the water.
Dude, if I mastered a speed run in GTA, do you think this guy would turn around and say Nicholas DeOrio like found this? If I created some like crazy GTA 6 speed run, do you think that I would turn around and get credit from DarkViper where credit is due? I mean, power to him if he actually does it. But I don't think you're really owed that either. This is a 2431 in an old unlisted video from British Runner. 2431 is right here. 2431, sorry. This is what they're talking about.
The community. So Baron didn't lie, but could have addressed the comment a bit clearer had he thought Viper would be slithering nearby, screenshotting everything. Throughout the video, Viper tries to come up with anything that will stick to paint Baron as a liar and a hypocrite, all because he didn't give him credit for the mere mention of a strat Viper had found. Yeah, that's the level of maturity with.
Let me see. You can use a taxi call rather than Trevor's power to prevent Trevor's dialogue on the Trevor Phillips Industries. Bit of an optimization to avoid needing to make a second save file.
Dealing with here. Later on, he says that only he has been the one to do the water tower trick in speedrunning, which is kind of disingenuous. Like, have you seen every single speedrun of the game? That's like me saying that I've only been the one to do the Chapter 9 skip in Dead Space when you can see others had used the trick in their speedruns.
And Baron responds, actually, I name dropped Burhack this episode, if you notice, so okay, I guess. When making casual versus speedrunner, who does he talk to? The people who have years of knowledge and experience? No, the two people with the least experience. Two people with the least experience. Two people with the least experience. Two people with the least.
So I'm guessing this guy has also been setting times or improving his times, and he has decent. He seems to be playing more than DarkViper in this clip. I don't know if that's actually accurate. That's wrong. Yeah, I mean, this video is unlisted. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's the only thing I could have to pull up to engage with this argument. I'm just looking for context here. Don't condemn DarkViper off of an unlisted British Runner video.
In the eyes of his peers, and to be recognized as that.
You were like a fucking fool, because I got to live with the memories, you see, of all the times someone said, hey, look what Baron's saying about you. I'm like, well, that is needlessly cruel and hurtful. I mean, but, you know, I'll just keep being nice. He'll eventually come.
I don't know if this is like the biggest hypocrisy in the world, but it's interesting that he brings it up here.
Water tower wouldn't have had an issue. It was a part of a wider thing that he was doing around that time to deny my very existence. There was also another instance where he falsely claims that I'd taken Burhack's footage, and that of course annoyed me because it was actually my footage. Of course, this is like 5-6 years ago. I'm not sure what my positions were 5-6 years ago about using clips and stuff.
DarkViper, I thought he had a reaction channel years ago, which is crazy. That's like a crazy hypocrisy. That's what I read. I haven't seen substantiated evidence of that, but it's interesting he talks about how his things have changed.
I think I may have struck a clip on Twitter once because it was just a reposting one of my clips.
He struck the Among Us clip because it made him mad, just to be clear. That was the thing that he did. He struck an Among Us clip because he didn't want people reposting it. That happened last year. It was like a short clip of him freaking out at a person in Among Us, and he went through and DMCA'd it.
But obviously I don't really feel that way now. As it's going to come up later, I remove direct rips of my content, like on YouTube and stuff, but I'm not particularly worried about it.
He literally struck a clip. Was it last year? I know because I talked to like Carl Jobst about it. So he definitely did strike a clip.
It's not something I give particular consideration to. One of the things I was most criticized about.
What about the, oh yeah, the Chud thing is obviously like insane. Yeah.
In my work on reaction content, for example, is I didn't really talk about clips at all. And in my follow-up work, I just said, look, it really depends on the context of what you're doing.
Like, I don't think that this guy wants to strike me because he's defending his IP. I think this guy wants to strike me because he doesn't like me and I don't like him, and he wants my channel to be banned. I think like his issue isn't going to be with, and this is just my own personal fucking thing. I think that his issue isn't going to be like how much I reacted to. It's going to be him wanting me to have reacted more so he could file the DMCA.
To whether.
Or he reacted to more rather, because his argument was like it's a market substitute, blah 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 blah, and that he watched the full video for Chud Logic. I think he'll be disappointed to know that I'm not watching his full video.
Clips are okay or not. This is also going to come.
And that this is not a market substitute.
Up later, as crazy as that sounds.
He comes across spiteful like that. And like spite can be okay if it's placed correctly. I'm not against the concept of spite. But he's insane and he's not justified in his action.
So he says, I was genuinely interested in helping you if it was ever something you needed or wanted, but you clearly declined, so I respected that and left it at that. So finding out a couple of years later that you did a 180 and uploaded the clip without permission was disappointing. When he says here, you did.
So this is the best argument for the parasocial thing, because it does imply here that he thinks that this is a slight. I could see DarkViper's position on this, that like, well, you did a 180 and uploaded the clip without permission and it was disappointing. There's two ways to read this. One, that he was slighted, or B, and I think that this one is actually still kind of where I land on it, that it kind of like flies in the faces of his principles. A 180 could imply, well, I think it does imply that like you didn't want help posting this, but he also just straight up says that in plain English, saying like, I don't want to post this because, where was it? Like he did do a 180, right? I can't do it, so never. Could have done it years ago if I'd wanted to. I can't show it myself. I'm not keen, thanks though. And then ultimately he literally does pull a 180. Yeah. And then posts this footage, and like he posts stunting footage even though he couldn't do it. And it doesn't seem like he did it himself. So it also is like a hypocrisy too.
Existence. There was also another instance where he falsely claims that I'd taken Burhack's footage, and that of course annoyed me because where get that 6 years, but anyone was spent writing ability and edit them and all that jazz. People thought this was weird.
Oh, where the fuck was that?
That 5 years later, you are thinking about a clip that you made enough to.
And the comments like he is greedy. He wants money and clout.
Track down.
Kind of surprised he is not live deleting that tweet. It's like, dude, this guy gets tons of support. I don't know why he cries so much. He is one of the most vocal, militaristic communities I've ever seen for a lolcow. It's literally the only thing that's keeping him financially stable, I think, is the fact that he has such a devout audience who literally just agrees with every single thing that he says. You know? He has so much going for him. I don't know why he does shit like this.
To follow that clip,
he probably can't help it.
So strongly that you notice when pinned comments are changed on prior usages of the clip, that you 3 years after a clip.
Because if he's a fan of you, and I said this earlier, he could just be showing it to people and feels like, oh fuck, I got taken off the credit thing. That sucks.
Has been posted can change your mind about whether you're okay with it and seek out people for that. So I'm reading this going, this is insane. I'm on some level a little bit angry with this person suggesting.
I'm on some level a little bit angry. Notice he says this before showing what he actually replied with. Dude, on some level, I'm a little angry. He can't even just say, I'm fucking furious reading this. This is unhinged.
That I've stolen content in some way, and it wasn't like they were totally okay with it for the past couple of years.
Wait, that's such a bad representation of what happened.
Nick just started insulting me viciously
You
on
did
Twitter.
take the content without consent of the person who did it. Now, I don't think you did it with the intention to steal it, but like you did post somebody else's footage. And again, in my defense, in his defense, he did alter it, right? It was, in my opinion, fair use. But like he had credit, and now that he doesn't have credit and he noticed about it, he came forward and said something. I don't know what's so hard to understand here.
And I didn't steal their content, and he knows that. He's going to claim otherwise later. But to be clear, when I say he knows that, I didn't remember things about this situation too. He didn't remember things about this situation as well. And there was some information he wasn't privy to. So it is entirely possible that we both made mistakes in our recollection of these events because they happened 3 years.
No, dude, no. Okay, so he approached you nicely and expressed his grievance. And you told him basically to fuck off and never watch your videos again. Like, yeah, if you guys made some consistency or plot errors and stuff, that's cool that you can acknowledge that. But your issue here wasn't misremembering things. It was going to a level 20 on a guy who's coming at you with like a level 2. That's why people are laughing at you. It's because your response to this was insane. And then your public responses after made you seem crazier. And this whole thing is a nothing burger.
Years ago, over the course of 2...
Yeah, this is not like a both of us. It's a Bo Black's argument again. It's like, well, I guess we could agree to disagree. It's like, no, you look bad. This guy looked fine. You look crazy.
2 days. The idea that anyone would spend mental effort remembering what happened then, why?
Because he was a fan.
Like, I know I'm going to get details wrong in my recollection of this story and telling you this story.
When I get details wrong, I'm a malicious bad faith actor with a persecution complex who's stalking you and completely unhinged. When you get something wrong, it's oopsie doopsie, my bad, 2-3 years, who knows?
I'm going to be as honest as I can, but there's no way anyone's going to remember the details of this because it's just insane we're talking about this at all. This DM is insane. This is one.
It is insane. Again, it is super insane that we're still talking about this, knowing that you posted your thing and said you were going to bed, didn't go to bed, boosted it, posted another huge fucking post, said that you weren't going to stream, woke up, fired up the stream, had it clipped, and posted into 2 separate videos. It is insane that I have content on July 23rd to continue talking about this. Because, again, if you just never replied to this guy to begin with, we wouldn't even be here.
One of the most insane DMs I've ever received, especially given the topic. When I saw this, it was like 8 a.m. I'd just woken up. So I wrote a long response where I explained all the misconceptions that he had, how this clip ended up being used, why I thought writing this to me made no sense. And then when I sent it, I stopped and I thought, why am I engaging with this?
So now you're going to watch DarkViper do what he has done consistently throughout his career. This drama is now null and void because I have rectified it. By rectified it, the person who is mad at me isn't mad at me anymore. Like, oh, everyone keeps pulling up this incident of Among Us, but did you know that when I screamed at this guy because I'm a child, he's actually cool with me now? As if that, like, nullifies the funny Among Us clip that we laugh about, right? Or like this other, oh yeah, well, you know that we're actually on good terms now. They refuse to engage with his talking point. It's like, he's going to do this now where he's like, well, I deleted that reply and he didn't even see it at that moment. So that means it never happened and you're an asshole for telling people about it. Even though he literally typed this, wrote this whole thing out and clicked send. We're the bad guys for talking about something that he did.
As I explained at the beginning, I'm attempting not to engage in drama with people. I'm attempting to not over-engage with people. This person clearly has a parasocial relationship with me and thinks I'm slighting them in multiple different ways.
I don't think... Yeah, I think he's hard selling this, and he's just like... I don't think you've established this is a money-motivated parasocial monster. Well, at least in these 16 minutes thus far. I don't think that you've earned the ability to, like, retrospect that immediately.
This is not the sort of person I should be engaging with at all. When I receive messages like this, I just normally block the person. Is only the
dude, again,
content.
People are like, Nick, why aren't you on camera more? I don't want my hair to look like this greasy and disgusting, and I also don't want to do my hair. I don't want to do that. Like, doesn't it look just like fucking... It looks horrible. He just, like, woke up like that, and he's like, I'm gonna get on stream and talk about it. He looks unhinged.
Of the message, and they're ultimately being insulting to my credibility and everything that I stand for, that I responded.
He's really mad at Chud because they're kind of fighting the same widow's peak right now. Maybe that's why. There can only be one with that haircut.
And I responded in anger. And so I thought, this is dumb. This person doesn't like this clip. No worries, sport. So I deleted my message and I wrote, I have privated the short. I'm removing the...
Dude, Chud Logic versus fucking DarkViperAU. The first to go bald loses. That has to delete their channel.
Monthly app and canceling the series. Never contact me again for any reason.
That's another thing. The end of this was, I have privated the short, I am removing the monthly yap, and I am canceling the series. Never contact me again for any reason.
I just saw Keffel's tweet on
Chat,
Nicholas DeOrio.
I can't stress this enough.
The shout out.
This is supposed to be the good message. Hey, guess what? I've removed the video. I've canceled my entire video series. Anyways, never speak to me again. Bye. This is good ending.
No why sport. So I deleted my message and I wrote, I have privated the short, I'm removing the monthly app and cancelling the series. Never contact me again for any reason. So the series was already going to be cancelled. There was going to be one more episode.
That's not what that message says, though. I'm completely at a loss. It feels like you're blaming him for doing it.
Didn't bother making it. I'm like, this series
And then you didn't upload it anyway, so that's kind of true.
just causing me trouble. I ended up bringing back the Rambles channel as a replacement for it, but I have next to no involvement with the Rambles channel now. I'm just having Moth take clips whenever he wants to and edit them and all that jazz. People thought this was weird when I ended with never contact me again for any reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty fucking weird, especially considering the earlier iteration of this. Yeah.
Dark has
He can't take responsibility for anything. He will not give you a centimeter. He could be fully wrong. He's like flamenco in that. He will not give you a centimeter. It's insane.
a parasocial relationship with me. I have my DMs open, but I specifically work to avoid fermenting, building these kind of relationships.
And he goes on this, I think I removed a lot of this, I didn't think it was really relevant. He goes on a whole tangent about like why he needs, actually no, it's here. No, it's here. I'm sorry. He keeps his DMs open in case somebody threatens to kill themselves so he can talk them off the ledge. That's why he keeps his DMs open. Yeah, I always ask these people, why don't they just remove their fucking DMs? Why do you leave? Why, if you're a lol cow who can't engage in like regular behavior, why do you have to keep your DMs open? Why don't you just seclude yourself? Like I closed my DMs in 2019 and I've never looked back. Why the fuck would somebody like this have open DMs?
People send me messages, and I think if they're overly attached or they're just going like, hey, I like your content, I'll just give like a little emoji or whatever and move on. Any person who messages me a lot in some sort of obsessive way, I just block them. It's a part of being a content creator, especially a person who has their DMs open, which I clearly shouldn't have. That's
okay, at least he acknowledges it.
You will get weird messages all the time, and you will end up blocking.
This is not even a weird message. He just asks for credit, dude.
People for that reason. Some people question why I have my DMs open. I have closed them at various different points in my career. One, when I was, during COVID, because I was receiving too many messages, it was just becoming too much of a distraction. Two, when I received a particular string of suicide letters that overwhelmed me so emotionally that I did.
All right, maybe I was off on that. I apologize to DarkViper. He's not doing it as a fucking virtuous, I save people's lives things. All right, it seems like he didn't want this. Okay, my bad.
Didn't think I could deal with it. But
I can acknowledge that I made a mistake.
When things died down, I opened them up again, and I still get suicide notes. Just to be clear, these are very, very rare. But obviously, given their content, they stand out. The messages would be something like, I'm going to take my own life, but I just want to tell you because, your content has meant so much to me, and it comforted me in dark times and stuff. And it's really emotionally draining. I actually crashed out a bit about it on stream a week or two ago. But it's a very weird thing to be like, I'm going to close my DMs and just not receive those messages.
Okay, no, he's kind of Supermaning it. Maybe I was a little too soon to apologize. He's kind of Supermaning this a little bit, isn't he? So he took it because he didn't want to deal with that anymore. And now he's like, I can't, dude. I can't. I wouldn't be killing those people, but yeah.
Because I respond and I say, hey man, life is worth living. Don't do it.
I have to keep my DMs open. I've got to respond to these on occasion.
There's so much to live for. You want to be happy and stuff.
I don't think it's a crazy argument, but...
And if I close that off, am I killing these people? No, I'm not though. I know.
Okay, now he's Supermaning. Sorry, he is Supermaning.
I know I'm not. Because, they're probably not going to go through it with it anyway. These messages could be insincere anyway. And it's not my responsibility to save people from suicide and stuff.
Okay, no, he's Supermaning. No, I'm wrong. I apologize way too. I conceded too quickly. My bad.
There's no way. I need to show you the message that I originally sent to Dark.
Yeah, okay.
And I can do this because I sent...
There might be more there. I would go check his original video because I didn't think that we needed to sit here and talk about what a virtuous man he is by continuing to fight the good battle against suicide.
I say the well here.
Again, by the way, this is the guy who's like, I need to protect you. And he posted a fucking thing where he's like, I am like, fighting with me is what keeps Nicholas DeOrio from ending his own life, a life that might not be worth saving or something. Like, this guy is like he has a weird suicide persecution, savior complex, I think. Because he said that he was saving me from killing myself.
Remember the clip, no one is brave enough to do this one GTA 5 speedrun strategy? It was made in 2020 by a guy named DarkJ. He posted it in the speedrun Discord as a screen grab.
So now he's messaging this Wolf Easel guy. Wolf Easel is not one of the... Like, this is new shit that we didn't have.
With two GTA 5 windows on the screen that show the comparison in time between the normal routes and bike gliding. I believe it was unlisted and like 9 minutes or something. So some of this information is incorrect. I am confusing Dark, who made the clip, and the person like 3 years later who posted a copy of that clip in the GTA 5 speedrunning Discord. This happens.
Well, maybe he thought the guy who posted it was the guy who ran it. Maybe he thought that guy didn't. I don't know.
So long ago, I just thought they were the same person. Like, I have no reason to lie to Will. It was just, again, something that happened so long ago, I'm not going to remember the exact details. The description here may confuse you. When I say it was something on the speedrun Discord,
why are we drawing what could possibly need a paint diagram right now to explain this?
Basically, there was a copy of GTA 5 here that showed the normal route for the Pleto score. And then there was a copy of GTA 5 here that showed the bike gliding strat. So it kind of ruined the bike gliding footage a bit. We end up finding this clip, so I show it later.
So I'm guessing what happens is he's saying that there were two clips spliced together, so it made the quality even worse. That's why it looks so shitty.
Yeah. There's a longer clip, right? Like, I was using a thing, I don't know.
Pirate Software, MS Paint.
How many minutes it was. It was just a longer clip, and I remember having to...
Again, but you'll see a lot of parallels with the way Pirate Software responds to criticism too. It's like, he'll take something where it's like he could argue it, and he'll drive it into a place where it just seems like it's completely bad faith. And that's a lot of what DarkViper does. He'll take an inch and he'll take like a centimeter and try to pull it into a mile. He'll stretch a centimeter into a mile.
Put it in Adobe and cut it down and stuff. So we continue with my messages to Well. 2 to 3 years later, I cropped in on one of the screens and made a 23-second clip that ended up being a short. I credited DarkJ and someone else as those responsible for the strategy. So originally I credited the Discord person, both their Discord and their YouTube. But when I found out Dark and this other guy, and I don't know why two people were credited. Like, I know that
one guy created it and another guy ran it, and it was their strategy. That's why two people were. And again, I don't know the fucking ins and outs of the stunting community. Look, I say stunting, and I know these girls, they're only going to want one thing because they're goodwill hunting, and the only good that will come is, okay, sorry, we're running this town, boys, sorry. That's the only thing I know about stunting, is it comes from the Kanye West song.
They worked together, and I was like, I don't know. But I credited them both when I found out that this was their footage. As things usually go, as it was successful, now 5 years later, I got a message from DarkJ about how this led to a sour taste in his mouth. So I gave Well his message, and so I continue here. I did nothing wrong, but my experiences of people lying about me has led me to be skittish of any...
It would be psychotic if I titled this, Is DarkViperAU the Next Pirate Software? That would be the meanest title I put on this, because it would put like additional eyes on this video. But there are genuine comparisons you can make.
Anything that could even suggest wrong action. I just replied, I have privated the short.
He's been Pirate Software. Yeah, he was Pirate Software before Pirate Software was Pirate Software. I gotta be honest with you. This guy, like, he's a couple of eyes away from being like the biggest YouTube drama topic for any given month. He's always just been, it's always been like assigned like me and Chud, so people don't take it seriously. The minute this guy pisses somebody off, who actually, like, the minute this guy pisses somebody off who is dedicated enough to figure out why this guy isn't liked, it's going to be like a Quinn Theo type 17 video armada going through everything this guy's ever done.
I'm removing the monthly app and canceling the series. Never contact me.
Because this guy legitimately has like nectar. There's a lot of content here that you could just spend hours doing. You just need the audience to be excited to watch
just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
I'm telling you right now, I think that like if this does happen, my prediction, and it's not something I have planned, and it's nothing that I'll be going out to do, just to be clear, I think when GTA 6 comes out and this guy hits like his zenith of popularity, I think somebody's gonna wake up and go, oh, I can make a real good video on this fucking guy, and it's gonna kickstart like the craziest drama ever.
Again, for any reason. There was, however, an insanely long message I originally wrote and removed where I explained everything. Now, Dark never got this message. Because he had notifications turned on, he received a notification that had a portion of this
Dude, he's got Hashimoto's disease, dude. He's got super AIDS, and it makes him mad.
message in it.
Isn't that why he said he freaked out during Among Us, or am I misremembering? He said, like, I just got my Hashimoto's disease diagnosis, so I was super mad when I was playing Among Us. I don't know if it was the Among Us one or something else, but he kind of whipped around the Hashimoto thing a little bit, right?
He goes on to present this on Twitter as if this is
He's like, I got super AIDS, and I'm really sad about it.
what I sent him. He would
Oh no, was it thyroid? It wasn't Hashimoto? There was something, I remember, there was something like this.
go on to present this as if I edited my message to hide information from him, when in reality, as shown by my conversations with Well, that was not the case.
Wait, how does that how does this argument mean he wasn't trying to like get rid of his previous message?
That had a portion of this message in it. He goes on to present this on Twitter as if this is what I sent him. He would go on to present this as if I edited my message to hide information from him, when in reality, as shown by my conversations with Well, that was not the case. This was the only message I sent him. That's it. I'm reading now the message.
Then what was the other message? Wait, what's happening? Wait, whoa. That was the only message I sent him, but it, look at this screenshot.
In reality, as shown by my conversations with Well, that was not the case. This
Do you not see this right here? It just says he edited it. It says in like huge text, it was edited. Where did the other message come from, DarkViper?
was the only message I sent him. That's it. I'm reading now the message that I originally sent DarkJ but deleted.
What? Did I hard cut that or did he hard cut that?
I'm reading now the message that I originally sent.
What happened?
him. That's it. I'm reading now the message that I originally sent DarkJ but
What? I don't know if I hard cut that or he hard cut that.
I sent him. That's it. I'm reading a portion of this message in it. He goes on to present this on Twitter as if this is what I sent him. He would go on to present this as if I edited my message to hide information from him, when in reality, as shown by my conversations with Well, that was not the case. This was the only message I sent him. That's it. I'm reading.
Okay, I want to go get a copy of this because I thought I removed the censorship bar. I obviously didn't when I hit render. So let me grab this message and blow this up on screen here. Is it... So he posted the short version, the 10-minute on DarkViperAU, and the longer video of himself crashing out on Viper Rambles. That's where they are, by the way, if you want to watch any of these videos. The 10-minute cut I would never react to on YouTube because he will fucking strike you if you watch the whole thing. The other one I wouldn't watch on YouTube either. And I'm not giving you my copy. I don't want to be involved in the underground trade of fucking DarkViper videos. We are recommending that you watch the full uncut work in nice ways without causing any controversy. All right, let me see where the fuck this is. Here, is this the one we're looking for? Boom. Let me just screen grab this real fast. Big text. Give me my screen grabber. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay. So this was the original crazy psychotic message that he sent Dark Stunter. And we can go bigger mode. Here it is. This is big moding. We're like a video game donkey. We can big mode this. Okay, ready? I'm going to read it and then we'll skip past. Actually, I don't know. Should I let him read it? I'm going to read it. Then we can listen to him explain it. This one, I gotta say, is a strange message. It was 2 years later, man. I quite literally get hundreds of DMs per week. I don't know why you were speaking of that conversation in an accusatory way. Do you sincerely believe I remembered it? Do you consider me to be some sort of god? We didn't have this part. This looks even worse. We only saw like a little bit of this, but this is like absolute. Oh, we're gonna cut off chat for a second so we can see this a little bit better. That's fucking crazy. Like this, he is just a bizarre individual, you know? What the fuck? How would he know? I can recall the amount of effort that I went just to find, just to find who made it. There have been, to date, exactly 2 clips of someone else's recording that made it into shorts. Wait, what? Didn't he just say there was 1 video? Maybe it's 1 remaining video? But he said it was 1 video of someone else's recording. And he said that he doesn't recall anything. Then he immediately says, I recall how much effort I went to try to find who made it. This just doesn't sound like we need context music. Okay, context music. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't know. I've been kind of chill. I've been lower energy this time, trying to be reasonable about this without just yelling. I'm trying a different approach to DarkViper, but I can recall the amount of effort that went into finding it. There have been to date exactly 2 clips of someone else's recording that made it into shorts. It's not like I'm sitting here on a mountain of clips made by other people, and I didn't exactly try to keep it recorded in secret. It was posted in the speedrun Discord. Had I known we had spoken, well, I would have asked for a higher quality version because I sure as hell didn't want to use the zoomed in windowed screen recording. I'm frankly not even sure why I didn't ask, because I asked the other guy for a higher quality version. Are you sure it was credited correctly and not to the wrong name? It seems like the sort of thing that would have been followed up on. If you have watched my work, then you know my position on clips. They basically constitute creative works as long as, people put an active effort in to change the footage in a creative way that it's acceptable. Man, I had more clips of my compilation. And again, DarkViper struck Chud logic for reacting to a clip. It's a clip. How else would you call it? It's a 9-minute segment of a fucking, a 6-hour stream? What, because it's uploaded as its own clip video? It's no longer a clip? He reacted to your 9-minute clip in 36 minutes, and you struck him. Now, you can tell me it's because you felt like his video wasn't fair use. I don't agree with you. But I'm going to tell you, it had probably more to do with who did it, the stuff that he was saying about you in the video, and the video specifically he was reacting to. Because that's my opinion, and I think that's the case. You can disagree with it all you want, but it sounds like that also kind of flies in the way of your fucking point here. Yeah. They barely constitute creative works as long as people put in the effort to change the footage in a creative way that it's acceptable. Man, I have more clips of my compilation jumps on other channels than I could count. You want to sit here and claim to me that what's on my channels re-uploaded the footage you recorded? I'd hope not. As I've said before in Rambles, credit has like next to no value. Next to 0 people will ever look up a person based on it, and well, it's just an act of thanks. In this case, the credit was not changed by design, but due to my automated change all pin message script that Kana made me. To summarize, you put unlisted footage that you never intended to use for any purpose. What does that have to do with anything? What does it matter? You weren't going to make any money? It was ripe for the taking? If I just patrol through small YouTuber things and I just freeboot their content, well, I mean, they should be thanking me. It's like, it's the real socialism. It's like the redistribution of clout, By the way, are you going to finish that croissant? It wasn't public. You were making no money off of it. Hell, you were never going to make any money off of it. You forgot it even existed. Who cares? What does that have to do with it? At all. Like, it sounds like, just to me, just from my ears, right? From my obviously suicidal if DarkViper doesn't leave me alone ears, right? It sounds to me like you didn't feel the need to ask for permission, because you were never going to make any money off of it anyway, loser. Let me see. Hell, no one was ever going to do it. Yet I still credited you in large part because I didn't want to dishonestly present myself as being the one who did it. I couldn't do it, so I didn't want to suggest otherwise. Now, half a decade after, Bro, every time he talks about this, it gets longer. It's like 2 years. Let's just say it's 3. Now it's 5. It's 5 years later. This is a 2023 clip. We're in 2025, bro. It's not half a decade. It's half a decade. This is insane. Now, half a decade after you hastily recorded 2 separate instances of GTA 5. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. The clip might have been older. It's been 3 years. Okay. Okay, wait. Whoa. Dude, wait. Why is he... Dude, look at this. Look at this. He is such a douchebag. I didn't even read. Now, half a decade after you hastily screen recorded 2 separate instances of GTA 5 on a one screen, brutally ruining the quality of the footage. You're in my DMs accusing me of having a perfect photographic memory to the degree that I remember every single DM I have ever received years after the fact. You claim this in order to accuse me of specifically slighting you, and your further evidence of this is that you believe years after the fact I individually went back to remove credit from the short that I had made. This credit, which I put into the first place, I did all of this for one short, might I add, of something like 1,500 in total, where I release 3 a day. I have a backlog of thousands of clips to be converted into shorts. This is like insane. It's like Nick dissing Yeet. I will remove the 23 seconds of you from 5 years ago. You know, he's saying it's 5 years ago. Every time this guy talks about it, it's like a different length of time. And he's like, this guy's slandering me. This guy's slandering me. That's why he preempted it with, well, I got part of this misconstrued. If he deleted it, he would know it wasn't 5 years ago, right? Like, if he's got the fucking short in front, maybe he didn't look at it yet. I don't know. Shame. It was a good edit and a hook. I guess I'll find the clip of Trevor diving out of a boat onto a whale that the other guy made. Fuck it, if I want another DM like this. I'm not sure what you wanted out of this exchange, Dark, but I hope you got it. Never contact me again for any reason. This has caused me so much stress, I'm going to lose hours of sleep. Yeah, you seem like a dick. Like a pretty big dick. I mean, you seem like kind of a dick. And is your defense for this really that, like, he didn't ever see the whole message, so why does it matter? You kind of sound like an asshole. Why would you say it? Why would you just not say, my bad, dude, I'll put the credit back? What's wrong with you? Or just why even answer?
Message that I originally sent Dark J but deleted. This was the final version of the message. It's possible that his notification differs slightly because I did make some changes before then.
What? Wait. So he said that he only ever sent that one message. Then he wrote this. Then he edited it. Then he removed it. And then he placed a different edit that was sent to Dark Stunter. And it's Dark Stunter's fault that we have seen this. And that therefore, and again, this is the position where it's like, well, I've resolved it, so it doesn't matter anymore. It's like, well, I've deleted the message. Who cares? Dark Stunter cares. We care. Yeah, this is insane.
Then finally deleting it. I gotta say, this is a strange message. It was 2 years later, man.
Oh, it's a copy of a draft of the deleted message? Okay, so then it might... Okay, I understand. But again, he's like writing this. He's asking for like assistance, I guess, by sending it to other people. He's editing it, drafting it, and then posting it. So after he'd posted it, he then ripped it away and then removed it. Like he removed it and replaced it with a different message. Okay, I understand. Either way, it still sounds insane.
I answer quite literally hundreds of DMs a week. I do.
Oh, no, I'm joking. I have no idea. Oh, it could be both, then I have no idea.
Because I do a lot of my business on Discord.
No, wait, you're wrong. You're 100% wrong. If he has an earlier version, then he just screenshotted it too soon, and then it was edited before or after. It could be either way. I don't know.
And as well, I get a lot of messages from people. I don't know why you are speaking of that conversation in a
yeah, like Dark Stunter still saw like 3/4 of this message, and if he saw the rest, it would still be insane.
Accusatory way.
And he tried to defend like the never talked about me ever again thing. Like people had an issue with it, but when you read this version, it's so obvious. He's just mad, hates the guy now for writing this to him, and he's like, "Fuck off, never talk to me again."
Sincerely believe I'd remember it. Do you consider me some sort of god? What I mean here is, do you consider me omnipotent? I'm trying to suggest his position is so absurd that it would require me to be a god, which I'm obviously not.
What? Why does he think that makes him sound okay? That doesn't make you... What? Okay.
It would require me to be omnipotent, which I obviously am not. If you like, it's a reductio ad absurdum. Holding that position would require a person to believe...
Peer-reviewed DM response? Yeah, literally.
...absurd things, and therefore it must be false. I can recall the amount of effort I went to just find who made it, for fuck's sakes. This wasn't in reference to Dark. So I had it on my PC, and I went to the effort to go into the Discord, find the person who posted it, find the original clip on the person's YouTube channel, and then credit both the Discord and the YouTube.
I find this hilarious, knowing the context. This is occurring, like, is this happening in the middle of the night? This is at, like, fucking, I don't know the time zone. It says, like, 5-something p.m. here, but he's saying it, like, cost him sleep. That's even funnier.
When I'm writing this, I thought that was Dark J. not the case. Dark J's credit came later. There have been, to date, exactly 2 clips of someone else's recordings made into shorts. It is not like I am sitting here on a mountain of clips made by other people, and I didn't exactly try to keep who recorded a secret. Never claimed to record it myself. There are only, as I say here, 2 clips. I don't think the other clip exists on the YouTube.
I love how his defense for this is also like so backhanded and cringe. It's like, well, if I did record it, it would have been made so much better. Like the quality would have been so much better. That's how you know it's not mine.
Channel anymore. It was a clip of
his defense is so bad. Like this whole thing is bizarre. It's just like, this is an I'm sorry, move along moment. But as I've said like 50 times, he can't give a centimeter.
Trevor diving out of a boat and landing on a whale. I just found that so funny that I asked the dude, can I use the clip? And he's like, yeah, whatever. If that's still on the channel somewhere, that's another example of me using another person's clip. But obviously, this is not a common thing. It has been 3 years since I've used another person's clip for any reason, and I have 14.
I don't even think it's been 3 full years. Has it? Has it been 3 full years since 2023? I don't even think that's not even true.
100 shorts.
It's been like 2.5, right?
Not including all the shorts that have been deleted and like the 1,000 on the Ramble channel. So obviously this isn't normal. I say here, it was posted in the speed.
If he said sorry, we'd all forgive him. I don't know if you're being sarcastic about that, but if the guy's DMs were just like, hey man, I apologize. Here's the credit. Right? If he had just said that, then yeah, there's no drama here. It's like, hey, I once, because like, what do you even say? I had previously credited this guy whose content, and it seems like they were on good terms about it or okay with it. And then their credit was removed, and then he put it back. What's the criticism there? I think that's fair.
We've on Discord. Had I known we had spoken, I would have asked for a higher quality version, because I sure as hell didn't want to use a zoomed in windowed screen recording. I am frankly not even sure why I didn't ask, as I asked the other guy for a high quality version. When I say the other guy here, I mean for the clip where Trevor dived out of his...
And ultimately, even if he didn't do any of this, this whole story survives off the fact that DarkViper had a seismic meltdown, sent this fucking wall of text to the guy, deleted it, left a fucking angry message back, and then went on Twitter and wrote like a megalodon paragraph, right? Like that's the other elephant in the room here, is the elephant-sized paragraph that this guy wrote about it. Again, it's not even a story without that. He could have fucked this guy over. And it doesn't happen.
His boat and hit a whale. Are you sure it was credited correctly and not to the wrong name? Seems like the sort of thing I would have followed up on. So you can see here, I'm very confused. GTA 5 speedrunners will do anything to complete the game faster, but for one strategy, there is no runner brave enough to do it. So obviously, there's creativity here. I speed it up at a particular...
Dude, I was going to cut this whole part because I didn't think it was really super relevant, but I needed to show you him explaining how much hard work it was to cut a video and then slow it down and speed it up. It sounds like fucking slow it down and speed it up. Gotta beat... Dude, get a bucket and a mop.
Particular points. I slow it down at particular points. I'm doing this to match.
Making shorts is super hard.
The clip with the...
I'm sorry, I just had to include
music in the background. I've obviously written a script here.
Dude, he wrote a script that's 20 seconds in length. This is insane.
Communicating this clip in a particular way to gain engagement. Because a lot of the comments are just, well, you know, if one speedrunner is going to do it, then other speedrunners are going to do it. And
he pays $50 for other people to do this now, too.
Of course people are going to do this.
I guess it's worth it.
And there's a little bit of debate back and forth as to whether you should be doing this. Is it viable in other categories? And this is only existing as commentary because of the way that I presented the clip. And I also didn't use all the footage. And what footage I selectively took was used for a different purpose than what the original clip was being used for, which was comparing the timing of 2 different strategies in this section. And you may notice at the very end, the song ends with a da-da-da-da-da in a particular way. I did that intentionally.
Dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me right now. I lined up the music. This is like the way I was describing my shitty random edit of like scoring the fucking I'm Alex bathroom combo. Like, this is insane, dude. This is crazy.
By no means the most creative work I've ever done. I maybe spent like a couple of hours on it at best.
Dude, a couple of hours. This is like Bo Black saying it takes 6 hours to make Twitter verses, bitch, read the tweet. What the fuck?
But there's obviously creativity. It is not just...
But he did the da-da-da-da-da intentionally.
Just a rip of his video in any way, shape, or form. Again, I thought I was just using...
And in his defense here, we don't disagree, do we? I think we all think this is fair use, right?
a throwaway clip in the speedrun Discord. So
I didn't play the whole video, but I think you can take my word for it. He adds, like, he finds a way to add context in 20 seconds. I'll give him that.
Say here, now half a decade after you hastily screen recorded 2 separate instances of GTA 5 onto one screen, brutally ruining the quality of the footage, you are now in my
Dude, he includes the part where he's, like, diminishing his quality.
DMs accusing me of having a perfect photographic memory, to the degree that I remember every DM I've ever received years after the fact. You claim this in order to...
It's so funny. He's like, this guy is like a malicious fucking money-hungry, egomaniac freak. He just goes through and lists like he just lists all these things. And the guy is just like, hey man, I'm like a former fan and I really liked credit. Why is there no more credit? And then the message from him is just him accusing him of all these things. And it's also like the source. Like, this is the source, dude. Look, I said this about him. Isn't it true?
Accuse me of specifically slicing you. And your further evidence of this is that you believe after the fact I individually went back to remove a credit from the short I made. This credit which I put in the first place. This was this person's accusations. Phrased in that way,
it's insane. You just read your version of it. You're like, this is what the allegations were, dude. This is it.
Charitably, mind you. They obviously sound...
Wait, did he just say charitably?
That way, uncharitably, mind you.
Oh, uncharitably. Thank God.
They obviously sound insane. I continue. I did this all for one...
Dude, these arguments obviously sound insane. Meanwhile, he's speaking them. They're his words. What's wrong with you?
One short, I might add, of something like 1,500 total.
Did anyone claim you have a photographic memory? He's like, what do you think, I'm a god? Do you think I have a photographic memory? It's like, maybe you do. This is weird.
That I release 3 a day. I have a backlog of thousands of clips still to be converted into shorts. Insane.
He's kicking his own ass in this debate right now. Yeah, he's beating the shit out of him.
So I said, I will remove it if the 23 seconds of you from 5 years ago is keeping you up at night. Shame it was a good edit and hook. I guess I will find the clip of Trevor diving out of the boat onto a whale that the other dude made.
Yeah, this guy sounds insane. Quoting him, he's reading himself talk
Fuck
about
if I want another DM like this. Because as we've just now found out, despite that my positions allow for clips to be used in this way, despite that I've been vocally...
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
In support of this, using clips in this way, my entire fucking career, people don't know this. And those who talk about my positions specifically exclude this. So on Twitter right now, there are 1,000 people going, oh, DarkViperAU is stolen content. DarkViperAU is doing things against his positions. This is obviously not the case. And DarkJ also lies about this.
Now we come to the issue of consent. While reactors dismiss the idea of paying workers for their labor or giving them a say over who can profit from it, they will also attack the idea of informed consent as a concept, stating they will steal as much of a person's labor as they desire before the person finds out and tells them to stop. In other words, if you feel pressured to not cause a fuss about someone stealing your content, perhaps due to fearing the powerful reactors in their audience that will threaten your livelihood with backlash, or if you're not knowledgeable enough to say no, you don't know another person's out there is exploiting your labor, or if you physically can't say no, maybe because a reactor has spiked your drink at a party and a reactor believes they can do whatever they want to you. So this person was not knowledgeable that this person even quote unquote exploited his labor, right? Like that would be that's the thing right here. Then DarkViper goes and gives them credit and the credit is removed. So he asks him about the hypocrisy because this appears to be something that you would say is a hypocrisy. And then instead of just DarkViper saying the credit was removed accidentally, he just goes ballistic, says that like credit isn't required, tells him never to interact with him again, because it seems like you think that credit is good. Now, in DarkViper's credit, he attempted to credit the person who had initially found the clip and corrected it. But it's interesting the minute that you have to like accept any sort of wrongdoing, all of a sudden credit no longer seems to really matter, and it's not even a huge deal. And in fact, like, why are you talking about credit? What's the point?
So this is me saying I'm just gonna remove it. I said, I'm not sure what you wanted out of this exchange, Dark, but I hope you got it. Never contact me again for any reason. This has caused me so much stress, I'm gonna lose hours of sleep. That is me being hyperbolic. It was 8 a.m. As I said, I'm sometimes hyperbolic in DMs.
Oh, yeah. So just, hold on. I forgot why I put that in there. Hold on.
Hyperbolic in DMs. I said, I'm not sure what you wanted out of this exchange, Dark, but I hope you got it. Never contact me again for any reason. This has caused me so much stress.
Also, yeah, DarkViper also implies there's like a time limit on credit too.
I'm going to lose hours of sleep. That is me being hyperbolic. It was 8 a.m. As I said, I'm sometimes hyperbolic in DMs.
Okay, so I know why I put this in there. So he's saying I was going to lose hours of sleep about this. I'm hyperbolic in DMs. And then DarkViper, when he's like crying like a pussy bitch at the end of this entire controversy. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. He starts saying that like, I can't sleep long enough to make my stream tomorrow, so I have to cancel that. I have to cancel other streams as well. In the video that we're just watching, where we 2741, he opens the video talking about how he's on a fucking, like a thing trying to make him eat less, and he can't sleep, and he's up all night. It's just like, okay, maybe you're hyperbolic there, but you use these things as like weapons constantly. It's crazy. He was hyperbolically canceling these appearances, Nick, yeah. How is that an explanation? It's not an apology. It's an explanation. Let me speak.
To a person who clearly has a parasocial relationship with me and who likes me, who while is saying pretty crazy things that no one should think for any reason, like I have no reason to explain all this to him. If I just remove the clip,
he literally says he was struggling to sleep in this video. Yeah, literally, like in this video, he pulls up the sleep card.
He'll be fine. He'll go away. There'll be no drama, and I don't have to shatter his world view that I am.
Dude, he's such an egomaniac. He's gonna shatter his fucking worldview. That's absolutely insane. That is absolute.
Remembering who he is and that we're best buds.
Bro, did you cover Nick is Not Green? That's gonna be next stream, brother. We had a long Quintheo conversation. We're gonna hit 6 hours on this.
And all that. Like I have no reason to insult this dude. So I deleted.
If this is how he treats the fans, that you hate to see how long the letters he sends to people who don't like him are. Oh, worry not. Okay, you can just find any time he's ever talked about me. You'll see exactly what you're looking for. Or watch the 3-hour video he did on Willie, okay?
This is all I sent him. Again, it was the one sentence that read, I have privated the short, never contact me again for any.
If this is the only thing you sent him, why do I have a screenshot from him of the other thing that you said, partially, and looked completely crazy in? It's not the only thing you ever sent him. It's very clearly edited. You can't just take it back because he sees it. It's there.
Any reason. It's why Dark J has never seen this message. No one has seen this message until I'm showing it right now.
He saw like a very large percentage of it, and that was the one that we were looking at.
I recognize this message as mean.
Okay, but like, he just says, like, I deleted it, therefore it never happened, and you're an asshole for bringing it up. Actually, this is a tweet that I had posted, right? Look at this. Look at this. Go to media. This is a major point of contention for me when I read it, because it was bizarre. Where is this? Sorry for my 3 a.m. crash out. Dark Stunter. Oh, it's this one. Look. And I was entirely polite to him. Despite that, his DM was insane. He deserves no politeness after all the false information. I deleted the clip the second he had issues with it after 3 years of not having one, and he still complained. Now, he had credit at some point, but whatever. Never contact me again. Please stop watching my content. That doesn't seem polite. I deleted that specifically because it wasn't nice. Well, he seems to have looked at it, right? It's like, I was entirely polite to him. Well, this doesn't seem very polite. I deleted it. I deleted it. It was gone. He's an asshole for showing it to you. Oh, okay. It's why he had to screen grab it from the notification. Are we calling foul on showing your own message? Oh, okay. Well, you're banned from the channel. Thank you. Bye, person who wrote that. Thank you. Someone said they were watching as a market replacement. I don't support that. Bye-bye. I realized I was being mean to change my message to just be a few words saying I was removing his clip. I didn't change it. And his new message was still mean. So I don't really know. I don't really know. It's weird. There we go.
And that's why I removed it, to avoid drama. Mission failed. So I continue here. So this isn't messages I'm sending to Dark J. This is me talking to Well. I know I should just pay him money, but as often as I have given people money for nothing, I am annoyed he'd send that message at all, regardless of what flowery language he included with it. I'm going to explain this again later, but I have the philosophy that it doesn't matter how insane a person's accusations are, as long as they appear legitimate, in the sense of being...
What? I think he's working really hard to make this person seem insane.
Sincere, rather.
He's like, I feel like gaslighted just watching this.
A troll. You should
He didn't ask for money. He specifically said he wasn't asking for money. Yeah.
just give a person money. I have tons of money. Is why I give it.
Dude, this is, oh god, this segment where he humble brags the entire time about how fucking loaded he is, dude. It's like, dude, okay.
Control. You should just give a person money. I have tons of money. Is why I give it to people all the time when I see this person's in dire straits or in need of money.
Dude, I didn't need the money on your short, bro. I literally give people money all the time, dude. I literally give it away. I am so wealthy that I don't even need, I could just run the channel at a loss and I'd be fine.
Money and stuff. Again, do not DM me asking for money. I've stopped that. My
Yeah, dude, that's gonna work.
experiences have shown that, again, regardless of how unjustified the person's perspective is, if you just give them money, less drama. So I say here, do we have anyone on our team who...
By the way, in a million less words, I think I get that. I get what he's saying. I overpay artists because I don't want to deal with any like drama. I always try to try to figure out what the going rate is, or if they give me a number, I just add on. So like there's never any issues. Because Twitter artists like insane sometimes. I like the ones that I have, and I'm very glad that I've got good Twitter artists that I associate with. But like especially with like a new person, I'm just like gonna give them more money because I don't want to deal with it.
could replicate the...
You don't want to get accused of underpaying artists or whatever, because all those people get on your ass like flies on shit.
jump. Maybe YouTube would let me replace the video, although they rarely do. We're going to go on to find out that Dark J sincerely believes that no one has the right to record this strategy that he made 5 years ago. He should be credited for every single recording ever made of this strategy. I understand this guy, and he's just built up resentment over the years because he saw a clip.
I thought it was just like him and his friend, and that like it was his friend's footage and his strategy, so he wanted the credit for it.
Succeeding and...
But I guess like, yeah, again, I can't stress enough. I don't think he needs credit. I don't think you have to credit him. That's not the issue here. I think that your clip was fair use, and I don't think a standard of fair use that has to be met each and every time is credit. I've said it a million times, and I'm going to say it again.
And doing numbers, and went, that could have been...
Did he ever say that? Well, no, that's what Viper believes he thinks, yeah.
me. Then he's...
I think that like Viper is wrong. He just really liked DarkViper, was asking what this weird hypocrisy was, and this could have easily been handled in like a rational person's DM.
Spent the next 2 years building up regret that he didn't post it himself, which turned into resentment, as if you stole his chance at YouTube success or something.
And that's his mod, just writing this weird fan fiction.
Now he
kind of feeding into the... I would fire this mod. He's feeding into your delusion.
believes it should have been him. There is, and there should be, zero expectation of benefit.
Like when you need somebody to talk to you rationally, and they're like, yeah, dude, this guy, he knew that this should have been him. He should have got those views. He could have got that $1,000. You should avoid those people. This guy's talking you into a trap.
Posting stuff for the sake of speedrunning. I don't believe he is entitled to payment, maybe recognition by reverting the pinned comments to his name.
Oh my god, wait, no, the moderators literally like, just revert it.
I would bet millions not a single soul DM'd him and went, you're the guy from the short. If I know you well enough, you'll probably...
No, but it probably meant something to him on like a personal level. That's probably why he wanted it.
Pay him something so he'd feel better somehow. Nothing wrong with that too. Because this is my normal state of affairs. And my mods have criticized me in the past for paying people who clearly didn't deserve it. Like in the drama with Cadence. Cadence, and if you want to watch that drama, it's pretty interesting. It's on the Ramble.
Bro, if you don't want to get into drama and you think you paid somebody to shut up, why would you talk about it publicly? What's wrong with you?
I'll actually bring...
He's just so rude. This is like ego maxing. This is what, I don't know. I think an ego is fine. I have an ego. I don't think I'm like this deplorable. If I am, I'm sorry.
Up this Cadence video again later, so I may...
Like, this is genuinely difficult to watch.
We'll open it now. So while I have removed a lot of my videos from the Ramble channel, the ones I've left up are those that relate to drama specific to me or that other videos have referenced. So it's this one. So like at the end, I just gave Cadence $500. What he did was crazy, but I was like, well, you know, he's sad, and I don't like to make people sad. Maybe he'll be happy with $500.
Dude, this guy, he's not strapped for cash. I get it. Yeah.
And that's Wells' expectation that I would do this for Dark J. And I did consider it, but I was so insulted by the implication that we have a relationship and that my actions should be done in consideration of him, that I should remember his DMs years later, that the clip that I made was a repost rather...
Dude, look at his fucking eyes. He is like progressively looks more exhausted as this clip progresses. That was not even really a sentence that I strung together just now. It just sounded horrible. Look, it looks like he's got punched in the face. Look at him. He looks incensed.
Than a creative thing that I made. As we've now seen, I should have just given him money.
No, I don't think so. I think you should have just fixed the credit. Why did you have to give him money? He specifically says he doesn't want money. How is that your fucking Stan Marsh lesson that you learned today? I think we learned something today, Kyle. No, just put the fucking credit back and shut up. Or ignore him.
I haven't actually got to the shitstorm on Twitter yet, but it is coming. The cost of $500 is far less than the strain on my mental game.
And did you know that just putting the credit back is free, or ignoring him?
The spreading of further misinformation about me on the internet.
I know the answer is that he's a psychotic lolcow, but I think if I say this in like a non-aggressive tone, there's like a chance maybe we could get through to him, and maybe he won't take this as like a hostile engagement. I mean, I know I called him a pussy already, but I couldn't. There's nothing I could have done. It was coming anyway.
It just isn't worth this.
Like there's two ways there's two ways you could take this. You could do this the fun way, where I just get on stream and I'm just like fucking.
Hello.
Where I just get on stream and I'm just like, dude,
Who cares? And you're raped! And you're totally raped, bro! Yes! I am a fucking honest maniac! That's right, motherfucker!
Which, I mean, is fine, right? By the way, that clip is actually about DarkViper. He was watching DarkViper spurg out on his second channel at like 4 in the morning. And I was going to call in and talk to Chud. And I opened the stream and he's just screaming, you're raped, and just screaming the N-word and saying he's completely fucking manic and insane. And it was one of the funniest streams ever, but I'm like, this is probably not one I want to get on. Because DarkViper's like, you're insane. He's like, that's fine, I'll be insane. You want to deal with insane? I could be insane. And he just started fucking going off. It was crazy.
This drama. As I've said many times in my work, I do not consider drama a good way to grow. It's certainly not good for me. A lot of...
You posted a video that's 3 hours long on Willie Mac's show 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about?
YouTube success is just maintaining a good mental state, not burning out, and continuing to be able to make your work that
You're 100% right. Also, that does not describe you in any capacity.
actually matters in the algorithm. But Dark J, this was never about the clip. Clearly. So let's go to Twitter.
I think it was. I really think it was.
So this interaction happened on June the 4th. This man stewing about this interaction where I sent him a single sentence. He's like,
you didn't send him a single sentence. Why does it lie? Why does it lie? This is so bizarre.
At DarkViperAU.
Maybe it ended as a single sentence, but why does it lie?
Removed the clip exactly when I had a problem. Oh, I'm so mad. And he writes...
Wait, why is he also like doing the, oh, he's so mad bit when this guy was sporadically going unhinged mode at 3 a.m.? And that his girlfriend had to like talk him off the fucking, the metaphorical ledge. What is happening?
It's a 16-part thread on Twitter. A month and 8 days after this interaction.
Because you acted like a dick. This was totally preventable. This is your fault.
And the matter was resolved with entirely factually inaccurate information. In some cases, he knows it's inaccurate. In other cases, he doesn't know. So you might wonder, why if this was posted on the 12th of July...
It's like, dude, you've already escalated the situation. Don't get mad at his tone. If he gets stuff wrong, okay, that's perfectly fine to criticize. But like, why? Dude, yeah, of course he's mad at you. You acted like a psychotic freak. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen, dude.
That we're talking about this now 7 days later, rather than on the 12th of July. I saw this thread instantly. Why? Because he added me with it. Like,
okay, wait, okay. Keep in mind, when he knows about this thread, I don't know about it. I didn't even find out about it yet.
He would...
And what's going to make what he says next extremely bizarre.
He would post it under all my fucking posts that I was doing on Twitter to get my attention. And I was like, what the fuck is this random stranger doing? They just made some random thread with complete bullshit and then like adding me. What is this guy's fucking problem? So I blocked him and went, well, I guess that's the end of it then.
Why didn't you just do that from the beginning? It might have been.
But it wasn't. For the next...
oh no, it's the fucking... oh, my actions have caught up to me again. Okay.
I guess...
Again, like, just look at this. Just look at this, okay? This is what I wrote. Before he starts bringing me up and talking about me and how, like, I'm a fucking unhinged stalker, I quoted this. I said hidden gem thread right here, with not like a condemnation or anything. Just look at this. It's pretty interesting. And then I tweeted under it. I go, it's wild how nice you were and how spastic his response was. And they said, look, you're still looking to grift off of Matto. And I go, I would lose money posting on him over any other subject. I think today's video is like an 8 out of 10. I mean, I don't, Dark Viper is not a moneymaker. As large of a YouTuber as he is, nobody really cares about him right now. So like, it's literally just pointing out the hypocrisy because it's funny.
I guess 6-7 days, people from the stunting community and his, I guess, people he knows would spam at this thread under all of my messages. And like at the time, it had like 8 likes. And so I was like, I'm not going to respond to this. This is all crazy. And I know this is crazy. It was only in a moment of weakness that I ended up responding, and it was because I was rage baited. There was a dude called Nicholas DeOrio.
Oh my God. I'm actually getting credit for this. All I tweeted was like hidden gem. And then I said you were like nice to him. And I'm getting the sole shout out for breaking Dark Viper. I actually am. Yeah, no, I'm not even kidding. I literally I'm getting the shout out here for breaking this man.
There was a dude called Nicholas DeOrio.
I don't think I did anything here.
Who has been obsessed with me for years. To the degree that when I found out he existed,
I think I have like 5 videos on this guy.
I'm now able to do this. I can go to my old drama videos where I'm explaining stuff and I can be like, hey, look.
Hey, at the confusing opinion.
There's Nick.
Yeah, I wonder what this drama video was about that would have summoned me.
Almost 2
It's like
2 years ago. Like, there he is. There's this anime called Attack on Titan where
there's going to be a donation sound. I don't know which one it's going to be, but we are getting a donation sound out of this.
In the later seasons, minor spoilers, you find out that some guys can time travel and they've actually been in the anime at different points and you could have seen them if you noticed. And that's how I am with Nick. When I found out Nick existed, I found out that he's like popping up everywhere. That like for years, he's been involved in all these little dramas I've been in. He's everywhere.
I'm glad that you've heard of me. What am I supposed to say? I've covered Dark Viper on Twitter and stuff. I can't. Dude, this is what Quinn Theo heard about me, bro. This is why he was nervous to talk to me. This is insane.
Some of his followers.
What do you think? I'm a god? Do you think I'm omnipotent? Do you think I have a fucking photographic memory?
Started also spamming this at me. But
you're being kind of parasocial, Dark Viper.
Pretending to be my viewers.
Okay, whoa. Okay, if they did that, that's really funny. Apparently, you guys are pretending to be Dark Viper fans.
Spamming this at me. Pretending to be my viewers.
Dude, keep in mind, all right? Dark Viper, when did he make his tweet? I think he tweeted on the 17th. I only found out about this at like 10 a.m. Maybe a little earlier?
Being like, I've watched DarkViper for many years.
What's the name of the guy?
Do you not think it's possible that a few of my audience members are disgruntled, like, fallen fans? Do you think that's not possible?
Actually very much so concerns me that he would act in this way. And despite ignoring this for 7 days, last night, it was like 3 a.m. I couldn't get to sleep. As I was saying, I was...
Dude, and here's the funny part. Dark Viper has me blocked. There's no way he was, like, he can't accidentally find out what I said about this.
Very hungry because I was taking this appetite suppressant thing.
And then he's like, oh God, dude, I was taking my fucking Ozempic, my super AIDS Ozempic or whatever. And I was starving. I was hungry. And I thought, what about Nick DeOrio? That's a fat guy. Dude, I bet he's eating right now.
And so I couldn't get sleep. It was 3 a.m. And so I go onto Twitter and I open my mentions and this thread is spammed at me. I'm just scrolling. What? Block?
And keep in mind, Chud streamed about this that day. I just texted this to Chud and said, hey, you see this? And quote tweeted it. Chud did a segment same day before this happened.
And I actually read one of them. And it's one of these messages from one of DeOrio's fucking weirdo fans.
Who?
Like, I was already angry at Dark that he would send me that DM in the first place.
Is it Comment Cop? Did he think it was me who was writing him?
Typically, I'm talking about when he sent it. This was quite a while ago at this point. I'd largely forgotten.
So yeah, this is just like evidence. I got this at 7:17. At like 11 a.m. I sent it to Chud Logic. I don't know what the time is when I first quoted it. Because this was sent to me in my Discord server.
Nick just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
Like this was sent some random person on Discord.
So I went to bed, slept for 30 years in preparation for my night shift, and I wake up to find you still reaming DarkViper? Hell yeah, Nicholas.
Thank you.
Goat. Thank you for the fine content.
Appreciate
My
it,
man
buddy.
smirk 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 honeybee.
Thank you. So I sent this to Chud Logic, and then he wrote back while he was live, mid-sentence. You could even hear it. If you go back and look at his VOD, you can timestamp it when he's like, what the fuck is this? Okay, I'll check this out in a couple of minutes. And then he just writes me in all caps, the rape.
Even more angry at him that he would post a 16-part thread of complete nonsense. I was even more angry at him that he would spam this at me himself. I was even more angry that the stunting community would spam this at me then. And then with even more spamming.
And this is what I wrote. It's wild how nice you were and how spastic his response was. Is this not like just a reasonable thing to say? DarkViper was promised his copyright ruling 3,000 years ago.
Rage bait. In a moment of weakness, because I couldn't get to sleep, because I was very hungry, I was very tired, I'm like...
And he just keeps listing excuses as to why he was a loser. And the tweets are still up.
Fuck this dude. For doing all of this, a month and 8 days after this issue was resolved. Like, people are like, man, DarkViperAU just always getting in drama. I really tried.
But you treated him like shit before he went public. Who cares?
Right. So
even if he went and he called you a bunch of slurs on Twitter, you did this before then.
Like,
he tried to solve this amicably.
He's posting this to Reddit. So understand, this was 4 days ago. He's posting it on Twitter when it isn't getting enough traction. He's then posting on Reddit to further try to get traction on this thread. Well-known YouTuber, 1,500 pounds. This is his interest. Clearly, I am successful. I have money.
He just said it out loud. I understand. Yeah, I get it. Now, you are very successful, DarkViper. You have girlfriend. I see her on your Instagram. Yes, you're very money, DarkViper.
I am well known. He does.
Oh, you are well known. Yes, I know you are very well known, DarkViper. But you're not really a big money maker, I guess. I don't know.
Does not have these things, and therefore he doesn't like me. He thinks.
Dude, listen to this. This is so important.
I have money. I am well known. He does not have these things, and therefore he doesn't like me.
This is crazy. This is such an insane escalation. I don't know how. And look at his comments. Oh, Nicholas DeOrio. First time watching this guy. He's already involved in a new drama. Okay, wait, never mind, dude. I'm sorry. No, there are some people being mean.
He thinks it should have been him. That was his clip with 17 million views, and I stopped him from doing it. And these...
He sounds like a psychopath.
Guys just don't give a...
It's a Hassan argument. This does feel like it's right out of Hassan's mouth, right? Does this not feel like something that Hassan would say? Because he doesn't want to concede any ground to Destiny? He doesn't want to concede any ground to me? He'll just act like this?
Fuck. Because why would they give a fuck? It's like a clip from 3 goddamn years ago that he made 5 years ago. Who would care?
And like, you know who cared? He sent his audience there. He's constantly talking about my audience and how my audience is spamming shit at him. If you go through and look at Dark Stunter's tweet now, after he went and he launched his YouTube audience at it, by like signal boosting the thread to go get the YouTube people on their ass, right? Where he literally says you can go like drop by. What did he said like drop by, right? He literally says like, go read this insane story and go thank Dark Stunter. So he's telling people to go tweet at Dark Stunter directly from his YouTube channel, brigading his post, which is obviously against YouTube DOS, whatever. I don't care. I'm not a fucking narc. But like, I'm looking at some of these comments and he's just getting like, stop trying to ruin his career because he's doing better than you. They just went and they just started repeating everything he said. You're a fucking idiot. Sure, DarkViper wasn't the nicest in this conversation, but who cares? It's a short clip from years ago. It was a clip shared in a speedrunning Discord without credit for 3 years. Why angry? Get your stuff together. Like, he just immediately just started getting mauled as soon as this shit went up, and you can go check it in real time. Yeah, quoted, "Are you okay? Are you tearing up while writing this? You're trying to slander him because you're butthurt while claiming you want to move on." And I know if you go through and you find what my audience was writing, they're probably just as mean, but I'm not the one claiming that my fucking, like, that all these people are horrible, all these people are horrible. Your own audience was fucking terrible to this guy too. What soapbox are you getting on, dude? Who cares?
So let's look at this thread that was so important to Dark and so important to Nicholas DeOrio. Say his name. Right.
What is that even? What do you mean say his name right?
Big content strategy problems.
What's the lore there?
Maximize your money, all right?
They would spam it at me a million times.
I did not spam this at him. I blocked.
A YouTube with 2 million subs stole our work. Of course, doesn't mention that this is 3 years.
I didn't even like definitively co-sign it. My tweet was like I didn't co-sign the entire thread. What did I say? I didn't even caption the quote tweet. All I said was you were nice to him. And I quote tweeted and saying like hidden gem. Because it was funny. Where is this? I did retweet Tipster who blasted him, to be fair. Hidden gem thread right here. This is what I wrote. This is all I wrote was hidden gem. There's no like, there's nothing here.
Years ago. This post is most of the time the only one that people are going to see. And so people quote tweeted this being like, "Oh, DarkViperAU stole a clip." As you've now heard from the story.
Tipster did that. That's
not all what happened. Dark was perfectly fine with this for 3 years. I did not steal his work. He likely didn't know that I didn't even get the clip from him. And he claims I uploaded it. So he's claiming here that I took his clip, did nothing to it and uploaded it. He knows this is false. And he goes, and made over 1,500 euro from it. Well, that's false. There's no way I made 1,500 euro from it. It's probably like maybe 1,100 USD maybe. But this is his belief. Because he's saying he made that short. I stole it from him and made money off it.
And people are saying like, yeah, it was fine until the credit was removed. That's like the main thing. He was cool with it after he got credit because he asked for it and then the credit was removed. So he reached out to you. It's really not like rocket science. I mean, I feel stupid having to repeat it for the millionth time, but
his work. That's obviously not what happened. And based on the quote tweets, we know that people uncritically accepted this because Dark Stunter said it happened. If I had posted the original clip that I found, there's no way it's getting 17 million views. It's the way that I transformed it and presented it that mattered.
Okay, but that's still like, I don't know how that flies in the face of what he was asking.
And I can prove this to you. This pass of the message is because it came as a notification. He never saw me post this to him, never showed this to him. That was not what I did.
Wait, hold on. How could you say that if he has it? Where did it come from? What are you talking about? He has never seen this? I got it off his Twitter.
So all of this is either false or very misleading. This is, of course, the main thing that everyone...
He edited his angry response, hoping I wouldn't see it. Here is what happened. That is just not false or misleading. That's what happened. A YouTuber with 2 million subs stole our work and uploaded it. Well, he didn't know he stole it from you, so you could you could afford charitability there. He also thought he'd credited the person who gave it or posted it in the Discord. I guess not really searching as to who actually made it. But he attempted to credit in some capacity, right? Made over $1,500. That comes from the fact that DarkViper had made a video talking about how much shorts make. So it seems like he was misinformed there. When I politely confronted him, which by the way, DarkViper says he could be misinformed. When I politely confronted him, which was polite, he threw a tantrum, which did happen. He blocked him, which did happen. He banned him from his Discord, which did happen. He edited his angry response, hoping you wouldn't see it. Here's what. So you could argue like the first sentence, and then the money thing, and then everything else just kind of happened.
Everyone saw the main thing that everyone responded to.
He's acting like he's been like unhinged and defamed here.
And something that's going to be brought up for the rest of time, despite it all being false. Or, again, horribly misleading. I wasn't happy that the credit was removed. I don't think anyone noticed that I...
What? He did. That's the only one who matters. What are you talking about?
Changed, for months, I've been changing all my pinned comments on all my videos. No one. tens of millions of people. No one, except Dark Stunter.
Because it was his credit. This is like, what's wrong with you?
Is it wrong for me to assume that he took like personal pride in that he was credited in my short? That he was really happy that that short was there and that his name was there? And that's why it matters so much to him? Which is why he wasn't satisfied when I just took down the clip. There's something to suggest that this is the case. So
Oh, wow. Do you think historians are going to try to prove this in 100 years? We just have to hold the sacred text up to the screen and we might think that your fan was proud that he was in the... Dude, okay.
TA Mastermind is a person who has a little bit of a sketchy history with taking other people's footage. Like, all his stuff isn't from other people.
So he's going to argue that, like, I allow people to use clips of me, right? Is that what's happening here? Let me see.
Changed them in some way. This is not what he sent me. He says here, I would have been happy with, sorry, I'll add the credit back, but instead I got this answer. He did not get this answer. As you can see here.
No. DarkViper. He literally did get this answer. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, like it cuts off the vast majority of the message. So nothing here thus far has been accurate.
He keeps doing this. It's like, I changed it, therefore it never happened, and you can't hold me to that standard.
So he continues. Here's the short.
And your additional message wasn't, like, nice or apologetic.
He uploaded, now privated. So he got exactly what he wanted immediately.
Dude, when he unsent it, he changed time. He's like Clockwork and Danny Phantom. This guy is actually a complete fucking lunatic.
When he asked for it. Not enough. Not good enough. The video got over 14 million engaged views. So how much money did I get from it? $1,100 over the course of 2 years and 190 days. You can see here, right? Like,
wait, what? So wait, hold on. I didn't think it made that much money. Wait a minute, dude. Come on. Wait. He was implying that he only makes $6,000 a month from shorts. This guy says 15, and he's correcting him to 11?
Million engaged views. So how much money did I get from it?
It's a little less because it's USD, but come on, man. You can't sit here and like act like this number is outrageously different and then flash $1,100 on the screen. Come on, dude.
$1,100 over the course of...
Did he not know when he went to pull this up that it made so much?
2 years and 190 days. You can see here, right? Like day one, 75 cents.
Yeah, but what about the rest?
I mean, like what 20?
It sounds like around the time that like the short ad rates went up with the video he watched, the video started making more money.
$5 the first month. At this point, it wasn't known that YouTube...
He's hyper autistic, and he would have corrected him if he was $20 off. Okay, but dude, this guy said it was a fucking half decade ago. He was like 3 years off when he was talking about... This is like 2.5 years ago. He's been saying it's 2 years, it's 3 years, it's 5 years.
It was going to continue to support shorts. The ad revenue is going to get better.
Sunter called out views, and his argument is money. Well, that's all DarkViper saw. He saw the word, I'm not shaking you down. And then he's like, you're shaking me down. That's evidence. You said money.
If this was going to matter at all, I was just uploading random clips. And I'm going to explain.
He wanted credit. That's all he wanted. He wasn't satisfied with it because he just wanted you to say sorry and put the credit back.
To explain to you later, I just uploaded this because I thought it was cool.
This is like Schrodinger's shakedown.
Here he is again, with shorts paying around 11 euros per 1,000 views. That's over $1,500 made from our work.
Bro, these numbers aren't meaningfully different enough to be this cocky.
This is now like the 7th fucking time he's mentioned money. I just did a giveaway where I gave away $10,000.
I get it. You're very wealthy. You're very successful. You have a huge career. A lot of things going for it. You're doing great, DarkViper. You're doing great. I just wanted you to know personally from me to you, you're doing great.
Publicly given away over $100,000 for nothing, except maybe a little bit of promotion for my social media. Privately, I probably give away that much as well.
Oh, wow, dude. Wow, you're such a good man. You're such a good man, dude.
Like, man,
you have lots of money. You have lots of money. You would never have done this for money.
He stole our work to make $1,500. That's over.
He just doesn't get it. His brain can't compute. He doesn't have the neurons that need to fire off to know why he sounds like an asshole. In a way, I feel bad for him because I can tell he's not doing this on purpose. He's just genuinely a crazy fucking guy.
1,500 made from our...
Dude, in a parallel universe, this guy's fucking screaming Bible verses on the side of like the New York City subway station. That's the nicest thing I could say about this guy, is that he's extremely successful, because if he wasn't, he'd be homeless.
work. Oh boy, guys, prepare for a long story that I'm typing at 3 a.m. after throwing all this information in this insanely delusional person's DMs whilst calling him a psycho. I shouldn't have called him a psycho. He's just a dude who didn't understand. So while all this information in here is true, as far as I understand things, but like, I'm clearly being too harsh.
Yeah, imagine this guy having to work a job. Imagine this guy working retail. It's not possible. It's literally not possible. This guy literally would not be able to work a regular job with a boss. He hit the lottery, and that is the only thing that allows him to simply persist.
And I apologize for this the next day, because as I say, I was just in a particularly bad mindset, and I'd just been rage baited for the past 6.
Okay, dude, but you can't. It's all still up. It's been days. This is a 4-day-old video I'm responding to right now. And where's the apology? It's not an apology. It's an explanation. Let me speak.
Days by malicious actors. I'll show those.
And who are the malicious actors? What did I say that was so malicious?
DMs in a bit.
Please demonstrate it. You're just. I've been name dropped so many times. Please demonstrate what I did to you that was so wrong in this conflict.
They're not nice, but it's the same information. I'm going to be all over the place due to the lack of sleep, but I demand a formal written public apology from Dark Stunter and everyone.
This guy thought he was going to wake up to an apology from the entire stunting community.
Who spammed his bullshit in my replies. I don't care how many times.
We're like 3 hours into this segment. We haven't even gotten to his tweet yet.
I'm going to call him a psycho. He deserves it. And he should still apologize to me. Saying I demand.
And by the way, we did gloss over some of the thread. But again, the point that I did for this segment is that Dark Viper was completely unhinged before this had even gone public. There's no doubt in my mind that Dark Stunter got stuff wrong, and Dark Stunter being right or wrong really isn't the main point of this fucking drama. Because I agree that Dark Viper's video is transformative and you didn't have to give credit. So if you want to watch the rest, I recommend you go to Dark Viper's video and you watch the rest about like the Dark Stunter thread. Because you'll get more of his thoughts on it there.
And it's like, this is obviously not how you should be communicating this, but he does owe me an apology. Everything he said was false.
But if you do, play nice.
He was under misapprehensions, and he clearly misrepresented things because I hurt his feelings for reasons that he doesn't understand. 2 weeks ago, I received a psychotic Discord DM from someone named Dark.
Yeah, it's never contact me again. 2 minutes later, more like a month later, I demand a full written apology.
AKA Dark Stunter. Me calling it psychotic was a bit too harsh.
Dude, oh god.
Social at the very least.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's his first, like, all right, I think I took it a little too far. We're like 50 minutes into this. This video is probably about an hour and 30 in, if I had to guess, the actual video. I think I went a bit too far there.
I had no idea who this person was, but it was the most passive-aggressive DM
he's so hungo and tired, he had to do it.
I'd ever received. It was very passive-aggressive. Reading this post,
I don't think it was very passive-aggressive. I think that you're just fucking retarded.
Would largely just be me rehashing everything I've explained over the last hour and a half, so I'll just skip to the parts that seem original. This is a bit new, I suppose. Why did I make the short? Shorts 3 years ago were nothing. They made no money and were fairly new.
Dude, I feel like knowing now that this short made like $1,100, it's a little... All right, man. I don't know.
I was throwing together shorts for shits and giggles.
All right, wait. In his defense, is it 1,100 Australian, or does his shit come in USD as well?
As a lover of all...
Because that 1,100 Australian could be a significantly less sum, but it only had the $. I don't know how they write AUD. It's USD? Okay, then never mind.
I thought, that is a cool thing I saw today on Discord that no one will ever see if I don't post it somewhere. It was an unlisted video in a random Discord. And so I took a portion of the footage and spent a few hours making a very transformational shortened clip. I didn't know who Dark J was. I only learned they and someone else made the clip.
All right, I don't need to. He doesn't need to read all this here. I did cut it off.
Looks like he's aware of my tweet and has gone and limited what I can do, but not full on block. Well, yeah, he's spamming the fucking thread at me. Like, I'm actually a little slow. This is a block. I thought I wouldn't be able to see the profile.
Yeah, they changed the way the blocking works.
I just did a giveaway where I literally gave away $10,000. I'm not exactly starved for cash.
And he keeps flexing this. Oh, I'm so famous. I'm so rich. I have so much money.
This is me talking about.
I would never steal. I'm so successful. He sounds like Hassan Piker. Every time he tries to defend this argument, he just leans more into the argumentation that he doesn't like from other shitty reactors. And he doesn't even have to. That's the crazy part, is he's in the right. Like, he's ultimately in the right here, and he just can't concede minuscule amounts of ground, so he leans into the talking points of the people he hates so he can try to, like, I don't know.
About the DMs, can you imagine how psychotic these claims would have been coming out of the blue from a random stranger? To quote Dark J from the DM, I really like you and your content. If he was sincere, I didn't want to say to him I didn't know him.
Dude, this is crazy, dude. To quote Dark J from the DM, I really like you and your content. If he was sincere, I didn't want to say to him that I didn't know him. I didn't want to tell him that I didn't remember his DM. I didn't want to tell him I didn't even know he made the clip. I didn't want to tell him that I don't care about stunting. I thought I was being kind. And by removing the clip, it was just causing him concern. I now have this entire thread of false information from a random stranger that is being spam added under all of my posts by psychopaths. All because I wanted to avoid drama and protect the feelings of a stranger. Leave me alone, you absolute weirdos. I'm going to bed. I expect to see that apology.
Is DarkViperAU a virgin?
Crazy
No,
donut.
I am not. Why would so many people be Googling
From the
that?
entire GTA stunting community.
Can we
when I wake
somehow
up.
get Bo Blacks to face off against Dark Viper in a 1v1 Among Us game? The anger and tism
That would
from
be
that
great.
one match will be able to generate power to
Dude,
several
I can't
impoverished
stress
countries
enough
for 500
how
years.
psychotic this is.
Hands clapping, 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 honeybee.
Thank you.
Nick just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
So I'm actually just like completely floored here. This is like the most insane ego trip I've ever seen before. But like, I think the biggest part of this that I want to highlight is the part where he said, I thought I was being kind. When? When did you think you were being kind? When you wrote a psychotic paragraph, had it peer reviewed by your friend, sent it, removed that message, and then said, never talk to me again? Like, why does he lie? Why does it lie? Why does it keep lying? There is no need to continue to lie about this.
Go on ham. The people who are at least partially responsible for me being doxxed, kind, and by just removing the clip because it was causing him concern. There was clearly other concerns I had than just being kind to him, obviously, as I explained before. I now have this entire thread of false information from a stranger that is being spammed, added under all my posts by psychos. Nicholas DeOrio and his crew. Fucking go on ham. The people who are at least partially responsible for me being doxxed, even though they lie about that.
I am not responsible for you being doxxed. You are a psychotic lol cow who attracted an audience of people who look at lol cows. I'm sorry, personally, that like you lying about me or acting unhinged on my and me making stream segments, I don't know, maybe broke you mentally to a point where you've just gone on and filed like DMCAs and shit and attacked people and made like hours and hours and hours of unhinged looping schizo content. But you can't hold that against me. This is your own like inability to engage with content reasonably that has caused people to not like you. You can't just wield that like a sword, especially when it's being talked about sites that host my docs. I'm not really sure I don't know what the intent is behind that, but it's not very good.
Nicholas the Goat, thank you for the $5, my man.
And listen, if you want to reach out to me privately and hash this out, because I understand that it would put you in a position where you'd have to give like your information up. If you want to reach out to me privately and hash this out, I won't leak it. I'm genuinely like not understanding where this even comes from. So if you're willing to hash this out with me privately, we can try to get to the bottom of it. But I absolutely did not contribute to you being doxxed.
And who has personally, as I just showed before, followed me for fucking years, inventing fake shit about me. I still, to this day, do not know what that psycho's problem is. Why, for so many years, has he lied about me so passionately to so many people? He makes Witty look like...
I don't know, have you watched a single fucking video I've made? Why'd you perpetuate a lie about my ex-girlfriend? I don't know, man. Why did you go and fucking retweet a year's worth of my leaked DMs by the guy who fucking doxed me? I don't know. It seems pretty fucking weird. I don't know, man. Why'd you do that? Why'd you strike my friend's channel twice and hire a lawyer to make sure the video went down and only get one actually taken off of YouTube? Why'd you do that, man? I don't know.
A sane human being. It's just so wild. And he gets like
he acts like he's this blameless victim who's like the target of an unhinged harassment campaign. And he's selling that perspective to his audience. And that's what they think of us. It's insane.
Horde of people who help him in this. Why? How can he be that much of a loser? I don't like to call people losers, but goddamn. All because I wanted to avoid drama and protect the feelings of a stranger. Leave me alone, you absolute weirdos. I'm going to bed. I expect to see that apology and an apology from the entire fucking GTA.
He probably wouldn't have done this if I didn't like quote tweet this saying hidden gem. That's the crazy part.
5 stunting community when I wake up.
But like, is it my fault? This is his argumentation for everything else. I tweeted hidden gem and I went under the tweet and I said, you were pretty nice to him. I don't know why he's acting spastic. And it's like, I am being blamed for this. Why can't you just control yourself, million sub YouTuber who lots of people like, who makes lots of money? Why don't you just put down the keyboard and eat dinner at a reasonable hour? Why is that my fault?
Okay. So obviously, not a very kind message. Said in anger because...
Nick, I unironically think you're the reason why he's mauling. He has mentioned me so many times and he hasn't even pulled up a tweet as to what I've done wrong. This is bizarre.
If a person writes a 16-part thread of false information...
I didn't write that.
...information, and people harass you with it for 6 days, specifically writing things to rage bait you.
And I think that I'm literally in Chud's chat. They're like, I don't know if I tweeted it, but I definitely was in Chud's chat saying like, this is probably fair use.
You're probably going to get some rage. That's why it's called rage bait. The goal is to get rage. Even now, I'm sure people...
The goal wasn't even for you to see it. You have me blocked. I have you blocked. I didn't send anyone to you. If it happened, it happened, but it wasn't from me.
Making videos being like... Pfft.
Actually, no. I will amend that. I sent it to Chud Logic so he could cover it on stream. That I did do. Because, like, you obviously fucked him over, and I thought it would be funny to watch in my morning. But, like, I didn't go and swing it at you or spam your replies. I couldn't have done that. I'm blocked.
I can't believe DarkViperAU got angry at 3 a.m. while he was tired, hungry, or whatever. Even though that was...
Who are you quoting, me or your girlfriend? Because that's apparently what your girlfriend said. Because you told us that she said that for some reason.
It was literally that.
Didn't she say you were unhinged or something? What was that?
Because this is just the internet now. They're gonna remove half the information that Dark Stunter shows to make him seem better.
Bro, when there was literally 2 tweets, when there was literally his response and your response, you still looked crazy. I didn't have to remove anything.
They can remove half the information that I showed to make me seem worse.
I removed half of the information from this video so you don't strike me.
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio.
Because if I show the other half, you'll strike me.
And it is just the fucking internet. There's nothing I can do about it. Want to hear a story about an insane GT5 stunter? You should.
And now he's going to describe how he's literally swinging people over to go message him. What is his defense going to be for this?
Because I am up at 4 a.m. and will have difficulty getting back to sleep as the actions of this person are just that rage-inducing. Rage. Hard to get sleep when you're angry. The guy had his followers spamming his bullshit on every post on my Twitter. I have no proof that he directed people to do this, but they did do this. So like, accusing him of inciting this is wrong.
But what would you call your message, sir? I'm Mr. Crybully. I have no evidence that he incited these people. So anyways, I incited these people.
Having been kept up by this means I will not sleep long enough to make my scheduled stream tomorrow and potentially won't be able to make a stream.
This is a retaliatory attack that he's apologized for. And this is still up. This is still up. I can go to this fucking thing. It hasn't even been taken down.
For a few days. So I say, go read the insane story and thank Dark Stunter for fucking up my sleep with his bullshit psychosis. Absolutely insane. Which it was.
That's crazy.
This whole thing is completely insane.
If I did that shit, my shit would... if I did that shit, that would not fly. I would be a fucking brigading piece of shit drama YouTuber. But this guy is a cowering, sniveling little pussy who can claim whatever the fuck he wants.
Obviously, when I woke up, I was like, I've done it again. This is fucking more drama again. I got done in by the most obvious fucking rage bait of all fucking time. And like people pointed out, like they were like, dude, this guy who's tweeting this at you is like following all these drama people that have been lying about you for so long. I'm like, oh fuck.
Not me. British Runner? I don't think this guy ever followed me on Twitter. I'm the only named person here. So I'm not really sure what he's talking about. I've never seen this guy follow me. Maybe he unfollowed me and followed me for a short time, but I don't know who this person is.
Not only did I feel bad that I raged or whatever, I feel bad that the reason I raged is because I got done by fuck.
Do you feel bad because you were wrong or you were crazy? Or do you feel bad because you raged? Because that's a little telling too.
Insincere people who were pretending to be my viewers who were outraged about something I didn't even do.
What if your actual viewers were outraged and you're just, I don't know, projecting what you want?
This isn't the only time they do this, you understand? They do this all the fucking time. Years of this nonsense. Sorry for my 3am.
You did this to you. This is another example. DarkViper does something to himself and it is my fault. I have done this to him because he couldn't just text a guy, sorry, and then add credit back and wrote him a fucking mega paragraph, then deleted it and got mad when he reposted it. It is bizarre. It is frankly bizarre that this guy can't rationalize why he looks like an asshole here.
Crash out, guys. For 5.
Is this about you? Yeah, I'm like Walter White, but real. It's like, I think this is all about me. It is about me. It is absolutely about me.
Days, well, I guess it was 6. For 5 days, I ignored Dark's 16-part thread of entirely false or misleading information that he posted, even though I gave him exactly what he suggested he wanted. Despite how crazy I considered his grievance, I took down my work and moved on. If you don't think it's psychotic for a guy to publicly post a 16-part thread of false or misleading information because 3 years later he changed his mind about a now deleted 20-second short that he didn't even make, I am sorry, we will never see eye to eye.
He had credit. He had credit.
People were defending this as if this isn't crazy. If I said someone did this, you wouldn't believe me. This whole situation.
3 years of credit. Is it even 3 years old? I don't even think it's 3 years old. When did the credit get taken away?
So unbelievable.
This was 2023.
So I say here, 3 years of credit is more than enough for a speedrun strat. It is wild that in his thread, he objected to
3 years hasn't happened yet.
Anyone making footage of the strat without credit, presumably for the rest of time. It isn't even viable in run.
That's not what he even... What?
I have never heard of anyone acting even close to this way in speedrunning in my entire career. His followers spent 5 days spamming his thread under every post I made with the most obscene stuff attached. Fucking true. Mentally ill people. While I previously believed I could ignore this spam, often from people just trying to rage bait me, in my tired state, I couldn't help but respond, and I was...
And now in my tired state, so there's more excuse.
Responded poorly.
But it doesn't matter if he's putting excuses. He didn't even delete the tweet. He's not even sorry about it.
Fucking awful response. Makes me look bad. Makes my followers feel bad. Makes people angry. People arguing about shit that doesn't fucking matter. Just putting more negativity out in the world.
And then he goes and does another fucking 3-hour stream. I don't know how long the stream actually was. This was cut by him and then cut by me.
Entirely in opposition to my goals. A moment of weakness has caused me to talk for 3 fucking hours.
What was the moment of weakness? When you tweeted at 3 a.m. or when you wrote some psychotic paragraph to this fan of yours?
Hours now about something that doesn't fucking matter. Even if I am in the right, there was no reason for theatrics.
DarkViper, you are literally responsible for your own reputation. It's all you. It's all you, dude. All you. This is your fucking thing. You can't just put it on everybody else till the end of time. It's actually delusional that we're still talking about this.
Yeah. Trust me, I was even more over the top in DMs, if you can believe it. I was just tired and angry. I am sorry to those that justifiably felt let down by my getting baited by the insincere looking for drama. Aitana called my post unhinged, and she's right. Even at the time, I knew I was just so angry. But that's what rage bait is meant to do, man. It's meant to make you angry. And
why would you publicly say that your girlfriend thinks that your post is unhinged? What is wrong with you? Why do I need to, why are you going to tell me that for free? Okay.
Whole situation, which is so absurd. So again, I apologize for my conduct in the way it poorly reflects upon me and my viewers and anyone that I feel I let down. But
dude, imagine being a fly on the wall in that conversation. You look a little unhinged, Matto.
I apologize for calling Dark psychotic. I was more aggressive to him than I should have been.
It wasn't rage. I mean, that's what I was saying. I think this guy is like completely bastardized any semblance of what was actually meant in that original message.
Although his actions were clearly unwarranted and frankly disgusting. Like absolutely fucking.
It was disgusting. What he did was disgusting. Really?
Disgusting. The idea that he hasn't apologized to me yet is fucking insane.
Is that why he said sorry? So this guy would hopefully come out and say he's sorry too, so you could say, dude, oh, he's fishing for it. He's fishing for this guy to resolve it so he could say the drama's over. That's his thing. His thing is getting the apology, and then he just flexes it for the next couple of years every time someone brings up when he acted like a fucking freak. That's what he wants. That's what he wants more than anything. He wants Dark Stunter to turn around and say it's okay, so nobody can talk about it ever again.
Like, does he not understand that, like this is going to be years of harassment I'm going to experience over this? He's just going to go off into the distance. I'm going to be...
He just all he cares about is being able to dispute this in the future when people bring it up, and he knows he's fucked. Oh, God, no.
Hearing about this for the rest of fucking time. Every false claim he made, I'm going to be hearing about this for years. Or because...
Oh, yeah, you probably are.
Because I blocked him on my fucking Discord. Because I thought he was being too parasocial.
No, that's not why. That's not why, dude. Are you kidding me?
Utterly insane.
He has no idea why this is bad.
A lot of this stuff is just covering what we talked about before. So I see here, all I can recall not showing false or misleading about that thread, talking about my previous post, was the clip still being on TikTok. It's almost like to defend himself that he brought this up. He's like, oh, people are gonna think I'm fucking crazy because he just took down the clip when I asked. I know, I'll find a clip somewhere else that he didn't take down, that I didn't mention, and say, haha!
All right, I'm gonna fucking, again, we just watched like 48 minutes of what is ultimately like I think it's like an hour and 40-minute video. That's a cut from a longer live stream. If you want to watch the rest, I recommend you do to get more information about certain aspects of this. I think some of the major places I pulled from is Dark Stunter's thread. You can find additional stuff on Dark Stunter's thread. Didn't really think it was super relevant to the argument. And then I cut stuff from here, and there's stuff cut from everywhere, to be honest, to make it fit and watchable. There's a ton of stuff you can go watch on his channel. That's like essentially half of the video. He spends a lot of time rambling, repeating himself and shit. But I'm sure I'm sure whatever I didn't include is like the smoking gun that wins his argument. That's how it'll be described, because I couldn't watch the whole thing to get the full context. So I guarantee whatever the smoking gun was that would make him look really good, that's something I must have unintentionally cut from the video. Or so I'm already seeing how it's going to get played out. But whatever.